Hey, everybody. Hold on one second here, guys. Hold on, let me grab something here, guys. And let's turn this bad boy off. There we are. Hi. Hi, everybody. How's it going? How's the volume right now? I think I'm decently sized. As well, of course. You know how it is. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy fun day, guys. I'll link you to the channel I'm listening to right now, guys, as well. Because, you know me, I like to share the love with music. I found a channel a few weeks back, and I've been trying to use it a little bit more. This has actually really been helping me out with some work I've been trying to get done, too. This is Cafe Music BGM channel. That's its fucking name. It's very specific. And I love these kinds of specific channels because they, like, go for one thing, and they nail it. And this one just has, like, 4-hour mixes of just wonderful jazz music. That's its thing. Vaporeon Productions, thank you for the 5-month resub. Thank you so much, dude. I'm doing okay. Like everything, I'm suppressing myself emotionally. You know how it is. This is Dorf Romantique, everybody. This is a very, 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 very relaxing game. This is... Oof. Yeah, can't get enough of it, guys. Can't get it. I have been really enjoying playing this game lately. It's, I have to say, you know, the purpose of the game, of course, is to build... a city, or not even that, just build a town, or rather get the tiles to match up to increase their score. To get more tiles to increase their score in the game is how far can you get the score going. Much like Tetris in that regard. So I'm going to try and position myself more here and have my be more looking on the left side of the map here. So we're just going to be playing this for a couple hours, and if you guys want to check out this game, pick it up. I mean, the devs have done a fantastic job. I think this is going to be a very big indie game one day, and as we all saw with Wordle, you never know what can get popular. No, you never truly do, which is why it's terrifying sometimes. Scooped it up last stream. Have you been playing it at all? There's the question. Have you been playing it at all? The chill game is back, guys, and I'm just here chilling and vibing with all y'all. I'm free to answer some questions, some Q's, some A's. I don't know, man. I feel like I haven't done enough shit to talk about shit, but then again, last night I watched Malignant. And I'm like, oh, I want to talk about Malignant, but then I'm like, but if I talk about Malignant, I'll ruin the purpose of Malignant. Dang. If you haven't seen Malignant yet, no spoilers in the chat, guys, but fucking what a fucking film. What a film. My god. Wow. Street Fighter 6 was announced. Is it wrong that I have the worst feeling about that game? You know, I have the worst feeling about that because, like, what... Were people, like, stoked on 5? Because I remember 5 came out and everyone got mad at them. How's it going, guys? Malignante's nuts. Oh, a D's nuts joke. No. That was last year. They got Street Fighter 5 to a stable and fun level. Street Fighter 6 being announced immediately is sus as fuck. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. It's because, like, now they can't make money off of it, I guess. But, man. Well, people were mad at V on release for being incomplete. Well, that's kind of the problem with AAA games. They don't release complete now. And, yeah. Why do you think I play games like this on stream? There's no gacha mechanic for this, guys, and I know what I'm playing, and it's done. We know how we know it's done. Well, the game is not done yet, but it's still in early access, and I paid $16 for it. I'm just done paying $79.99 in $69.99 or $79.99 in Canada to be given essentially an alpha build of a game that I'm getting a pinky promise from some coke-addicted yes man that is going to be good someday. Anyways. Am I gonna play Elden Ring? Nah. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. What kills me is I have never beaten a Souls game. And I've also never played a Five Nights at Freddy game. I'm also like, here's the thing, I'm one of the few people you'll have met who I've voiced in more fighting games than I like. Okay, I don't like fighting games. They're not for me. Dwarf Romantic Evil Incorporated? What? They're evil? Makes sense. They're very romantic. Dwarf Romantique? I don't blame you for playing Five Nights at FNAF, but if I don't play FNAF, how will I be popular? I gotta play FNAF to be popular, guys. If I'm not popular, then how do I FNAF? Checkmate, chat. Didn't think about that now, did you? I watched Malignant. If you've seen Malignant, you'll know exactly what I just emotionally went through. It was 1:30 in the morning. I could not sleep. I smoked some Kim-Rice cabbage and I sat down and I went, you know what? I haven't seen the new James Wan movie. What's all that about? And I went on an emotional journey, everybody. Let me fucking tell you, because that is not what I was expecting. Smoking's bad for you? I know. I want to die quicker. I know that's dark. But then again, have you seen my life? Have I played Arceus? I know of it. I'm not really interested in playing it. I'm really not interested in playing any Pokemon games until they actually make one. I'm very openly have my issues with Nintendo as a company, but they don't. Game Freak sucks. It's like, yeah, well, no, Game Freak. What Pokemon has now eclipsed what Game Freak is capable of. And for that reason, it's not good anymore. And I don't feel like paying a full-priced job for a game that literally is reusing N64 models. And then complain saying it's too hard. It's just silly. They're the most profitable, one of the most profitable brands in the world. No excuse. But that's the end of that. I won't rant about that anymore. I've bitched about that enough. I've complained enough. Crimson Wordsmith, that's exactly my problem. Is they make so much fucking money, there's no excuse for their games being low of quality. Not for how much that franchise makes. Because franchises that barely make a fraction of what Pokemon makes still release games that are fully completed and good. And Hugh, that's correct. And that was correct when they were making shit for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. The second they got into the, I'll say the X and Y era, like, because when we made the jump to X and Y, that is when it all fell apart. That is when what they were capable of as a company was eclipsed by what the scope of what Pokemon had become. And that's what happened. And that's that. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. And that's all I got to say about that. Nintendo's been like that for a bit. It's disappointing. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Nintendo, all right for you. I like how even like the oh god, what were they, the corporation for like, not corporation, like the museum of like games, and it's like, so Nintendo's a partner of this, so do they have a plan for their digital distribution for all their classic games? Because right now there's no way of getting them aside from piracy, and we're not allowed doing that. So what do you want, Nintendo? How are we supposed to get them? Very frustrated with Nintendo's recent business decisions, but it's also indicative of a much bigger problem going on right now in not just the games industry, but I'd say within just the industry, and I'd say, oh man, how do I put this? I'd say the entertainment industry, or rather the crossover industry between Japan and North America, there's such a massive discrepancy between what both countries see as that. And the problem is, there really needs to be a reckoning on that, because what is wild as fuck to me is, I know for a fact the American, branch of Nintendo keeps telling them what a bad idea some of these decisions they're making are. Like, when they were having all the YouTube issues, I remember, someone asked, Nintendo of America, why are you going to do all this YouTube issues? We are aware of the problem and have been actively trying to get it to change. Which is, Nintendo of America is aware that going after YouTubers is fucking stupid. And we're trying to tell Nintendo of Japan that, but every time we try and explain to them that going after Let's Players is a dumb, stupid fucking idea, they just say, well, we own that. And they'll point at the footage of the game. They're like, no, you don't own that. You own the game, yes, but you don't own that person's experience playing the game. And that is distinctly the big difference between this shit. So, anyways, I don't know how I got on that rant, but anyways, there we go. That's the end all be all. I've dealt with this for years, so I'm, biased. So talking, you got featured in VTuber's Guide to VTubers. How do you feel about being more famous because of that? Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't try to think too much about that kind of stuff. I had an article on Kotaku, I've been invited to conventions and shit, and it's really fucking cool when that shit happens, but I will say that, I never do what I do for that purpose. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the big issue right now with it, especially after Silver Gunner went down, it was a huge resurgence of talk with Nintendo's stance on copyright. Dude, they don't respect copyright. You guys gotta understand, a lot of Japanese corporations. This is not all Japanese corporations. This is from the RVT crew. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it all the same, because it was a really cool write-up. And with it's not just any footage is stealing according to Japan. Exactly. It's not all Japanese corporations, and I needed to be very clear about that. It is a couple Japanese corporations, Nintendo and Toei, being two of the biggest offenders. Nintendo, Toei on one hand, I can kind of understand why they are like that, because the content is all animation. Even though what they're doing is beyond the pale of acceptable behavior. But Nintendo, it's just confusing to me. Nintendo's decisions just they just baffle me. Because if anyone's more connected, if anyone is connected to the current scene, you'd think it, Toei just seems petty, correct. That's exactly how they seem, and it's up to them to seem otherwise. But Nintendo just feels stupid sometimes. I'm like, why are you doing... Nintendo, you get out of your own way. Nintendo is the greatest example of get out of your own fucking way. I appreciate Nintendo's focus on making games, that's kind of always been their goal, but lately, dude, all these business decisions just feel so control freaky, you know what I mean? I'm kind of glad my 3DS has 50 games installed on it. You know what? Legally, you should be able to access all those games you purchased. Roy Zoga, them uploading their own footage to their channel does not offend them. Anyone ever taking their footage and doing anything that they are legally allowed to do with it, without their express permission, they will do everything shy of breaking the law to get you to stop. That's all I'm going to say about that. There is a massive, there's just a massive discrepancy in that regard between the two. And I just don't know if they're ever gonna come around on it, because at this point, these are just waiting PR disasters. That is what has happened. I mean, we've all, as fans of these brands, seen this. It keeps happening where we want to support a company, and all of a sudden they'll do something so stupidly anti-consumer that it actually confuses us. We're like, whoa, why are you doing that? That's really fucking dumb, guys. It's just heartbreaking, because in the end, and this is something that I might get grief for saying this, but in the end, these companies go out of their way to piss off the fans and make them feel like they don't matter. It genuinely feels like they don't respect Western fans. It's through the actions that they have been taking, it really feels like they don't respect Western fans. And that sucks. Because we're all fans of that shit, you know? Like, I'm a fan of all that stuff. I want to celebrate it. I want to enjoy it. I want to show my celebration of the things I like. And to be penalized for enjoying the thing you like by the people who own it is one of the dumbest things you can do as an entertainment business. Which is why I'm losing my fucking mind on this shit, because these companies are knowingly doing this in bad faith. They know this isn't working and they're doubling down, and I'm just sick of it. Like we saw with a bunch of YouTubers, now we're seeing some people getting taken to court. In small claims court and shit because, oh, we can't take down these videos. Yes, you can't, because you cannot enact your law in your country in other people's countries. You're not allowed doing that. You know what you can do? You can geo-block videos, but they don't want to geo-block videos because the videos are still up. They want those videos to go away because it hurts their brands. Because that's all that matters. And I'm done giving them money. Like, I actually will say this, because of Nintendo's recent missteps, I don't want to support them really that much anymore. I can't believe Nintendo lost me, man. Like, I've forgiven them for a lot of dumb bullshit. I really have, but now they've lost me. They've officially lost me. Because this whole taking down all these online stores and shit, dude, people have spent hard fucking money to get that shit, and you're telling them that now their money isn't real, like the game. So you literally lied to them. It's why I don't like, I was like, digital only is great, but like, alright, so I'll always have this though, right? No, we might take it away. I'm like, well then you don't get my money. Can you imagine if I bought a truck and just randomly they might take it away? It's like, SMH, guys, just SMH. That's the, you got a bad point. You're getting to a bad point where the, like as I said earlier, the official like museum for game registry and Nintendo's a part of it, like for like game restoration ships. Like, so Nintendo, what's your plan, guys? Because right now you just did everything to undo what we were trying to do. I can't access my Wii library, and I'm still upset by it. Roxyon, honestly, they are lucky they don't get class action over this bullshit. You want to know why they don't want to support this shit? Because it doesn't make them money anymore. And instead of providing a good service, it's all about those extra pennies that they can pinch. Once again, all the actual physical merchandise will just skyrocket in worth, and then they'll complain. With no sense of awareness. And it just bums me out because I'm tired of playing this game with them. If you want my business, respect me. And right? Like, if you want someone's business, you gotta respect them. That just makes sense to me, It's like, I won't like everybody. Some people I don't respect, nor will I respect them, even if I can do business. But, like, for the life of me, it almost feels intentional. Because it's so, like, confusingly, like, the thought process is confusing. So you'd rather make 1/10 the money your way and burn everyone else's instead of making 10 times the money someone else's way. I want to understand that correctly, yeah? People are legitimately furious over the Wii shop and the 3D. The fact that the 3DS shop is shutting down is inexcusable. It's genuinely baffling to me. It's like, so you're cutting off the service of your last portable thing that wasn't a Wii? Sorry, a Switch? Are you fucking kidding me? Nuts, because I had a bunch of games on there I bought. And now I'm like, I don't get them anymore. And I feel like I bought them only a couple years ago. And it's like, oh, I don't like this. This is not how I like gaming going, Like, no. When I buy a game, I want it, even if it's digital. I don't give a shit. They want to cut the server so they can repackage the games and resell them again on the next fucking shop they're trying to sell them on. And instead of creating a system that recognizes that you had that game, They instead decide to close the whole fucking shop and make you do it all over again and pay all the money all over again. And they expect us not to bitch about shitty fucking business practices like that. Listen, these brands that run on fan interaction and fandom take advantage of fans. And they need to start fucking doing some goddamn community outreach. I need some you know what I want? I want some goddamn bowing and sorries. Is what I goddamn want, okay? I will also give a bow. And I will also apologize, mostly because my need to fit in and I'm Canadian. That's okay, Tech. Next gen. Like, here's the thing. I haven't bought anything Nintendo related in a while. I really haven't. Because I've not been thrilled with their business decisions. And it feels like they're charging full prices for games that are only worth $19.99 or $29.99. Yeah. I take it from someone who works in IT maintenance. The 3DS Wii shops cannot be that expensive. I bet you if an open source 3DS server came up, the fans could run it for free. That is exactly what was happening. All these servers existed for people to be able to access the games that the companies themselves that own them are not making available. You know? And it's like, it's one thing to have these running while the company's not producing all the old games. It's another thing for them to shut it down while they're not producing all the old games and have no plan to produce all the old games. And just said they will just punish anyone who enjoys their content. And it drives me insane, guys, because they want our money. They want our business. They want our interaction. They want us talking about their content, their IPs, but they don't want us talking about it in a certain way. They don't want us talking about it in a way they don't like. But they won't tell us what that is. They won't tell us what that is. We could only enjoy it in a specific way that they can control. And for that reason, I'm never fucking supporting the brands, because if you try and fucking control how people enjoy something, the fuck, dude? I just can't. It is such a bad business take that it's confusing. You know, like it crosses a line where you're just like, what are you trying to accomplish? Mm-hmm. 3DSs were $50, and now they're $300 again. And it's like, and there you go, Nintendo. You've got to keep doing this, huh? Got to keep doing the forced, the arbitrary forced scarcity. Nintendo is indirectly raising reseller store prices and at the same time taking down the online emulators. It is beyond the pale of acceptable fucking behavior. It is so anti-consumer. The fact that they're asking you for fucking money instead of giving you shit for free for PR reasons is crazy to me, especially when they said themselves financially, they're set for 30 years. They made so much money in the 90s, they're golden. That's why they don't need to do that shit. It's pretty fucking rough. It's pretty fucking crazy now that we've gotten to this point. My only hope is that we get out of it, and we stop letting them do this. And stop supporting businesses that do this. That's why I'm not... Guys, I've gotten to the point where I barely can support any mainstream companies. I can't support Konami. I can't support Nintendo. I can't support Activision Blizzard. I can't support Ubisoft. I can't support EA. I am running out of fucking companies, guys. I am really running out of companies right now. I don't like Capcom games. And the fact is, Nintendo's like, no. We want you to rebuy the games again because we want money. Even though we're set for 40 years, we want you to pay for the same game you've bought multiple times. Well, that's a little bit unprofessional. Fuck you. Piece of shit. Take their videos down. This is the level of fucking nuance and discussion we're having now with this, so... It's shit, guys, and I look forward to someone finally just more or less, like, having it out with one of these companies, going like, your business practices are fucking shit, guys, because you're supposed to keep us engaged and all you want to do is punish us. Thick Pastel, thank you so much. Open source is best source. Best way to move forward to support the tiny startups and push them to the top. Bingo! Tech, Tim, White Hat. And that is why I'm playing Dwarf Romantic, everybody. Yeah, that's right, everybody. That's why I'm playing Dwarf Romantic. Dwarf Romantic. Ah. Wonderful. C'est magnifique. Bon. Let's Keep building the city this direction. Ooh, that's a double whammy. Thank you so much for the raid, Thick Pastel. It's a good use of push and time talk, very relaxing. Thank you. This is why I like this game. It's been very relaxing. Let's build off of that. And another five more tiles get added to my list here. It's fine. Thanks for having you. Of course I would have you guys. You guys are all wonderful. Until you aren't. That's fine. We all have it. Jim Sterling talks about these issues. No, well, the problem is it's the simple point is there's no incentive for these companies to release completed games. It's because they've gotten the gaming industry, aka the gaming fans, are so whipped now. And I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that phrase. But the reason why I say whipped is that if you complain a little bit, they'll call you entitled. It's so ridiculous. They'll have this big PR spin that you're being a bully and shit for asking them to actually do what they advertised. It's fucking nuts. They managed to get it to this level of, like, this is where we're at now with the dialogue. Also, who decided that all games needed to be $69 or $79.99 or $59.99? It's fucking dumb as shit. Half the time the games are maybe worth only 29 bucks. Ugh. Blah. Anyways. Well, thank you, Chaos Remnant. But I would never want to run a gaming. I never want to make a game, nor do I ever want to work for a gaming company, nor do I ever want to develop a game. I don't. I just don't. I know there was a time where everyone wanted to become a game dev because that was the sexy thing online, but I kind of looked into what that goes into the process, and my god, the nightmarishness of how difficult that looks. Like the actual game, like how difficult it looks to make a game, end-to-end game dev, and constantly updating things years later. I'm too ADHD to be able to do that with any authenticity. So, I never got into game deving. That being said, I do believe in, good capitalist practices because I sell t-shirts, I operate a Twitch stream, I myself am a capitalist to a certain degree, so I expect a certain level of, lack of fuckery, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Hey, wait a minute, this is bad business. A proper capitalist. I don't know, the term capitalist is already a pretty bad loaded term because it implies that you're just trying to capitalize on something, which, I mean, that's what capitalism is, but that can't be the end-all be-all. It can't be money, because in the end, if you take advantage of people and they don't want to come to you for business again, then instead of like creating a piggy bank that people can keep coming back, if that makes sense. You think about this, like, if you have a company, you make a really good game, and you respect people, you give them free shit, they respect you because you've been direct with them, you release the next game, they'll like your next game. If you just shit on all of them, crap on them, and don't give them what they want and try to make another game, they won't show up. And I think we're at that stage of gaming now where almost all the AAA games are incompleted pieces of alpha garbage because the entire gaming industry is a slave to shareholders. They need a return on their investment. No, they want a return on their investment. They don't need a return on their investment. That is a capitalist saying. The people who have put their money in this industry where a complete game takes 5 years sometimes. Yes, they want money this quarter of this year now. So we're releasing the game even though it's broken, but that'll ruin the game. Yes, but they will be happy because numbers go up. These people control everything now, and that is why incomplete garbage comes out. And that's why I'm done with a lot of AAA games. The one that broke me, and I think it broke a lot of people, was Cyberpunk 2077. I felt heartbroken playing that game. I wasn't angry. I mean, I was kind of angry about it, but I was more heartbroken. I was just really sad playing that game, because it was like, I knew exactly what happened. And this is, I got shit for saying this online too. I remember I tweeted, "We are part of the problem." We're part of the problem. We got all hyped up. I remember saying verbatim, I don't care how bad it is, I just want to play it. Now, we as fans have only one piece of this puzzle. They hyped the shit out of it. They made it look like the sexiest game you could ever play. I wanted to play the shit out of it. And they kept hyping it up, hyping it up, hyping it up, hyping it up. And they knew that it still needed 2.5 years of dev time to be done properly. Because of these shareholders, they released a lie and destroyed the credibility of one of my favorite video game companies. What broke my heart was even one of the best, the gold standard of making good games, even they are susceptible to this. And that's what broke my heart. Elden Ring won't be a flop because it's a Souls game, and they could like crap out an awful Souls game and it would still make good money. Because the Souls franchise, and this is not a shot against Souls either, by the way, they know what they're doing, and they kind of got a good thing going, so they're just going to keep trying to ride that train all the way to the station. They don't understand that there's a critical mass point. No, we've already hit that, dude. That's why so many people are like, it's just like... That was the part that broke me, was like, you're saying the Witcher games didn't have bugs. They were fun, though. Like, here's the thing. They had bugs, but you weren't in a giant cyberpunk city. You were in the woods with deer. So it was a bit of a different game experience. I want to hug my dude is being a depressing thing. No, it's okay. Guys, there's still great games, though. That's the thing that is amazing right now. We're in a... Like, the AAA games industry is bloated, and it's all these guys' salaries, and it should be residuals to the game devs. That's fine. What is happening now is now you got all these incredible 2-3-man dev teams making games like Dwarf Romantic. I have played this game more than I played Cyberpunk 2077. I paid $80+ for Cyberpunk 2077. I paid $14 for Dwarf Romantic. Games are still out there. They're everywhere. There are still tons of shit. Big AAA games, they'll always be there and have their place. A lot of them are going to become games as services. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys. If you're going to go to a games as service, got to make sure the service is good. That's the thing. You want to do games as a service? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, that's doable. But the service has to be good. And these guys don't give a fuck about service because they're not customer service guys. They're capitalists. When they heard about pre-order, are you telling me we can get the money for the product without even making the product? Yeah, that's amazing. And there's no legal on the hook if we don't deliver? No. Those guys make the decisions now. Star Citizen isn't real. Stop gaslighting me. Star Citizen isn't real. It was a fever dream concocted by the United States government in 1974. Sorry. It's a Russian psyop! Guys, everybody, I want you to know, the first Russian psyop was Star Citizen. That's how they got everyone's money. Good lord, guys, good lord. Dude, the GTA trilogy. Guys, look no further. Actually, thank you for bringing it up. Canadian Salt, great name, by the way. The GTA trilogy. This is what happens when they go, hey, can we get this done? But we want to spend the least amount of money possible. I know we've made more money than we ever have in the entire history of our company, and we're worth literally billions of dollars, but can we not spend more than $1 million remastering this shit? Demonicin Deathgoat. Hi, Toggage. First time in the stream. Just saw some clips from TikTok and had to follow. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for swinging on by. Everybody, if you are here for the TikTok, thank you so much for giving my himbo ass a try. That's one thing I'll say is that TikTok has been popping off lately. Here's the thing, consistently. You know, consistently, it's like, it's been interesting where, like, I don't know what videos will get traction, but they almost always do decent. I think a couple thousand views is decent, right? If it gets over 10, I'm like, that's legit. I got 110,000 on TikTok. I think like 1/11th is actually decent numbers, all things considered, on that platform, considering how chaotic it is. And I do believe that a lot of the older clips actually will sometimes just randomly get 10K views out of nowhere, because the algorithm will just be like, a lot of people like these hashtags. One time I went back to an old video that had gained like 250,000 views in like a month's time, and I had no idea. Is it background music from the game? It slaps. No, Soul Corky. It's actually, this is it. For those wondering, this is actually the soundtrack, everybody, that I'm listening to here. It's on it's actually specifically a background cafe channel. The was funny thing is they were all saying that we use an AI to make the trilogy games. I'm like, oh yeah, we can tell, and it wasn't good. Indies always care about their games since they make everything on their own. Plus, an indie dev has the issue that if the game isn't good enough, it might be over for them. Well, AAA companies have a huge reservation. Yeah, exactly. When you find out, like, the guy who made Stardew Valley was a one-man dev team and literally had a CRT monitor stacked on top of textbooks, and that's how he made the game, it makes you want to buy that game a little bit more, because you respect that. Naya, don't mind if I do. What do you mean, don't mind if you do? What is it? What is it? Naya. Why are you coming in here like this? I'm trying to be Dwarf romantic, and you're gonna make me blush. Ah, you love the background music a lot. You got to check out again. This is the channel, everybody. It is Cafe Music BGM channel. Really straightforward name, Cafe Music BGM channel. And this is just one of their 4-hour renditions of just jazz in the background. Guys, this shit is my jam. That and, of course, Lo-Fi Girl. Also, congrats to the Lo-Fi Girl artist. I do not know their gender. I believe they are male in real life. But Lo-Fi Girl used to be called Chilled Cow. But someone stole all their music. That's why the initial Lo-Fi Girl animation, there was an original animation, but all that music on that animation was stolen from Chilled Cow, now known as Lo-Fi Girl. So, God bless them, Lo-Fi Girl filed a massive takedown on that big channel that was just stealing all their content, and then re-uploaded a complete non-stop live stream of their music, which is what that person was doing with their own original animation of someone drawing stuff, like Lo-Fi Girl. They did their own original version of that. And I'm not gonna lie, I love it. Good on them, too, for kind of taking what someone did by stealing. Someone just stole their content, essentially, and they went like, okay, I'm gonna be stealing that bit. You can't do that. Oh, yes, they can. That's their music that you've illegally been making money off of. You're lucky they don't get more grievances at you. They'll be taking the idea of someone drawing, by the way. You must have invented someone sitting down and doing homework. She'll be... Naya knows what's up. Naya knows what's up. There's no denying that. So basically free popularity. Yeah, except they were stealing all the money. I want you to know right now, I want you to imagine you spent your years as an artist trying to get your art out there, and you find out somebody made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of your content without you. Exposure's not payment, and you'll die if you have too much of that. Exposure, it should never be... I'll say this, guys. There's nothing wrong with exposure. But that's icing on top, guys. That's icing on top of the cake. You still need to be paid. So you can fucking buy food, and pay your rent, and pre-order games that disappoint you. What did Ned Flanders scream out? Well, Ned, we had good intentions. My family can't eat good intentions, Marge. You die if you have too much exposure, guys. It's known. NFTs will fix it. I don't know, guys. These non-fungible tokens, everyone keeps funging them. It really is feeling like it was a scam. The path to hell is paved with good intentions. Yes. So is the path to heaven. They do feel awfully fungible. I've noticed that. Ooh, so we're gonna keep adding to this one here. I'm trying to cap off towns a little bit easier here. So we have we have a town one here. They need 2+ over here, and boom. And there we have it now. Now that one's on lockdown. Oh, gosh. My stomach, guys. Sorry, gang. My stomach's acting up a little bit here. This is Dorf Romantic. Damn, that right-click sure is funging them. My favorite thing is after apparently 200 million worth of NFTs got funged, people quote tweets, "Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We have a solution how to fix this. We need everyone to go find who stole them and right-click and take pictures of their NFTs. Then they'll have them back again." Cheeky bitches, all of them. That's good. That's good shit. Yeah, how did you come up with your model and character for VTubing? Oh, Chaos Remnant, I just woke up one morning and I looked like this. And now you know. Well, FB is now looking at NFTs with... wait, hold on, Nemesis. The government was supposed to never get involved with NFTs. They regulate themselves. Don't you understand that? Don't you get it? Don't you get it? If you hold on to them for a while, you'll be able to sell the Beanie Babies to NFTs to somebody else. We've been here before. Do I look like I know what a blockchain is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. NFT bros told it up. You're too dumb to understand it. No, I'm not dumb enough to concoct a reason why I'm right when it sounds like I'm so wrong. When we divorce, are we splitting the ugly monkey pictures? You joke, guys, but you can look it up online. There's a photo of a divorce proceeding where they are arguing over their... I mean this. They are arguing in court over their Beanie Babies, and the judge ordered them to put all the Beanie Babies in the middle of the courtroom, and they each got to pick one after another like kids. I am not kidding. It is so upsetting to watch that video. It is upsetting, chat. That is an upsetting video to watch. You're just like, oh, God, get it together, mates. That sounds upsetting. Yeah. It is! Bruh. Oh, yes. Got it. Nice. It sounds like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia prompt. Isn't real life wild right now, guys? Everything sounds like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia prompt. Oh man, I just fucked up over here. Don't you hate it when you make a big mistake, guys? I know I do. Jesus Christ, these. And the best one here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Raymond, this is Dorf Romantic. Raymond223. Hope you're having a good time, man. Long time no see. By the way, that's not a negative thing. It's cool to just see you. Hi guys. I'm Content Maker. I noticed that you went and was watching other content makers' content. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill you now. I mean, like, it wasn't ideal, but well, you know, you left me no choice. Dumbest question: do you actually smoke tobacco? No, not actually tobacco. No, I occasionally enjoy caramelized cabbage. I do not drink. That is the one thing I don't do. I used to be a very heavy drinker, and I used to drink a lot. A true story. I used to. There was a time where I would drink so much alcohol that I would get multiple bottles of red wine, and when I was streaming a stream, I would have 2/3 of it drunk by the end of the stream, and more than I was willing to let on to some people. Even though you run a bar, and now you found out something, the bio boy. I mean, I'm not the only one who has alcohol issues. Plenty of people in this chat probably have alcohol issues. Guess what? It's a very powerful drug. It is a very powerful drug, guys. Like, one of the most powerful drugs you can get your hands on. One of the most destructive drugs as well. Thank you. Drinking took a while to get under control. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. You might hear some snorting from a puppy. Just ignore him. He's being extra. Wants to be fat and sit on my lap. Here's the thing. I have nothing against alcohol. I hate how it's marketed, and that's always been my issue. I don't have alcohol issues, but I'm not about to start. I have enough problems with other things that suggest susceptibility. Good catch. Some people are just more susceptible to addictive behavioral patterns, and literally no one tells you that. I want you to think about that, guys. They know that certain types of people will fall into addictive behavioral patterns and don't tell you shit. Pretty crazy, huh? During when? There's not a weird question, but why run a VTuber bar when you want to avoid alcohol? Genuinely curious. Well, I believe in ironic punishment. You know? I like a good Greek punishment. You know, one of my favorite things about Greek tragedies, a lot of the ways characters were punished was ironic and kind of hilarious. You know? It's like low-key funny. I like the idea of a bartender being unable to drink, wanting a second chance. A bartender being unable to drink, wanting a second chance, but, you know, knowing how far he's gone with shit, so I won't encourage people to overindulge. And at the same time, drinks are kind of interpreted as shots in my bar, so at the same time, while people are being very financially, you know, very kind, I can be like, hey, be mindful, drink within your limit. So not only that, it all kind of fit into that place, because I think, for all we know, we're heading into unprecedented times, and, you know, in the end, don't take fuel off your fire if you want to keep other people warm. If you want to be nice to someone you're a fan of, that's cool and all that shit, but you do not hurt yourself doing that. Do not take heat off your fire, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's why. I hope that really bad answer answered your question. Oh my god, where am I building here? Right, I'm building over here. Keep building that way. Yeah. I don't know. I'm old. I'm in my 30s. I'm not really old, but like, you know, I've been doing internet content for like almost 15 years now, so it's like, if I was gonna do this, I'm like, yeah, let's do it this way. Because also, I felt like, for me personally, and this is a big thing, I left public eye for like a good 2.5, 3 years for a reason, which was I was trying to get my shit together. Like, I was still streaming. I wasn't VTubing. I was just doing random little streams, but I wasn't really trying to make anything big at all. I was just trying to avoid shit. I just enjoyed streaming. The problem was I was having addiction issues and a lot of other issues as well, and it took years to get better. Years. I had to go to AA. I had to go do a bunch of shit. But I had the dignity. I was given the dignity of being able to do that in private. Not everyone gets that. Some people need to go get fucking help, and instead of letting people getting help, people are like, oh, you did something bad, time to shame the shit out of you. I'm now gonna extra traumatize you on top of everything else you've done, and then when something bad happens to you, I'll say, guys, that's a bit too far. Alrighty, guys, tweet out the suicide hotline to escape any guilt. Seen it too many times on Twitter. Too many times. No, I'm not Keanu. I am not Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is a very nice person. I am too crotchety. I'm too crotchety to be Keanu. Keanu's too naturally nice to people. I'm too much of a dick sometimes, and I acknowledge that. So yeah, guys, this is the game I play to relax, to get Dorf romantic. I'm a better guy now. When people like, sometimes people come and say like, and this is not meant to blow smoke up my fucking ass, okay? Because I've heard it say, people have said, you're being a role model, and I'm just like, no, I'm a cautionary tale. Because everyone makes fucking mistakes. It's if they're allowed to be better about that shit and show interest in being better, that's the quality of a person, in my opinion. But either way, I am happy that I'm not the only one who thinks that. I think a lot of people are kind of sick of that kind of just people who just hate shit for a personality. You know? Their entire personality is just hating things. And that is, FYI, I'm not being political with that. Okay? That is not meant to be a political thing either, because it's well beyond that. You know what I mean? So. Blah, I need one more on this one, then we'll be done. Yes. It will be good. Yes. Yes, it's called passive... Dude, it's called being a sociopath, man. It's really what it is. Like, some of the things I've seen said to people online, like, I'll see somebody who has made a mistake, and pretty innocuous, all things considered, and they'll try and talk about something they're excited about, and then someone, or a project will be announced within a minute, and someone will mention, oh, FYI, this person did blank 6 years ago, and if you do this, and if you continue to support this person, you're awful. It's like, dude, that's... What? Are you a state-sponsored, like, judge? Or, like, who the fuck are you? You're just a fucking schmuck on the internet who likes to feel strong. In a time where we all feel so fucking weak and powerless. Breaks my fucking heart, the amount of people... Do you know how many people out there who have genuinely fucked up are sorry, just want to come back and be able to just make shit? And talk about their experiences? And here's the thing. My problem with the phrase cancel culture is because it's been co-opted. And certain people use the phrase cancel culture very wrongly because they've changed two words with cancel culture. And the group of people who have changed those words, original words were called getting caught. And those are people who are like, oh my, when they catch somebody in the act of doing something very fucking bad, oh my god, I'm being canceled. No, they're stopping you. Okay? They're not digging this shit up from 15 years ago. Alright? Like, for example, what happened to James Gunn being fired from Disney? That was cancel culture, because they dug up a bunch of jokes he wrote 10 years prior when he was working for Trauma Boys before he even worked for Disney. And they brought it up like he's an awful person. I'm like, first of all, he's apologized for those jokes. And second of all, those jokes weren't that bad. Not that bad. Nah, I've seen much worse jokes. But the people telling him, the people trying to get him canceled and got him fired from Disney over this bullshit didn't care about the jokes he was making. They just want to stick it to him because they didn't like him. And they found a perfect example. And Louis C.K. is the other side. See, you know what? Louis could have come back. Louis C.K. could have come back if the first thing he did was immediately make the entire stand-up special about the fact that what a piece of shit he was. He could have done it. He could have come back. He could have come back if he, like, literally started up the stand-up special. Hey, guys, is it okay if I jerk off here? I need to learn how to ask that question, apparently. Like, he could have come back. He could have come back. He totally could have, as long as he owned up to the fact that he made a big fucking mistake and he was a fucking asshole. And he had to apologize to a bunch of people. He could have. But you can't come back and not touch base on what you did, especially when it was that egregious. Anyways. Alright, where was I, guys? Right, screaming. He just had a new special. I know, I'm not watching it. I don't want to watch his new shit because he hasn't learned, and it's just kind of... He's just making jokes at the expense of the people who harassed him. Which, he's not wrong to do that. That was the best TED Talk. Well, Spite, thank you so much. I don't do TED Talks usually. I usually do bed talks. The same people who canceled James Gunn are the people who complain about cancel culture. Exactly. And a lot of people will use that cancel culture going after people who are now public what do you call them? Public person non gratas. There'll be this cavalcade of people who show up, and they will start being awful to this person. Like, to a certain degree, sometimes it's justifiable, but another degree, these people genuinely want that person to kill themselves. And if you call them out on that, they'll deny it. But these are the people who will just, like, anytime they try and tweet or do anything, they'll be there. I'm going to be there to remind you that I will only see you as the worst version of yourself, and I will never let you be seen beyond that. Anyways, guys, hashtag mental health month. It's why some of these, dude, it's straight up psychopathic behavior. Even if the person deserves it, you still, being awful to people should, if you want to be the good person, you want to be the good guy, that means you got to do the good guy shit. That doesn't mean you just got to find the people that are worse than you, and you get to go be shit to them. And also, I have unfollowed people for engaging in that behavior. It's nuts, dude. Hashtag mental health. Hashtag mental health. Always a little bit late on that. Oh, hypocrisy is one of the worst. Nah, well, let's not get crazy. It is a moral crime and a moral failing, and I think we all, as a self-hating liberal, we need. Myself as a self-hating liberal, this is why I talk about this shit, because I think this is one of the biggest problems we as like liberals have issues with, is we're fucking awful. We're awful in our own way. Remember when The Rock was getting canceled about a week ago for a trans joke he made back in the 90s? Fucking... You really want him as you don't want The Rock as an ally? We don't want The Rock as an ally, huh? We don't want him as an ally? We've just decided that he's not worth having as an ally? The fuck is this? Made a mistake! Tainted! Kick out! No, I'm not encouraging any of that shit anymore. I'm just done with it. I've gotten old enough and crotchety enough that I'm just done with that shit. So I'm gonna try and bring that energy into everything. Hey Taka, right now my mother is watching Her Name. Her name is Laura. Sorry, I thought she was watching an anime. Her name is Laura. Can you figure out Laura? Laura, I want you to know something. You have raised a child with incredibly questionable taste. That's right. You need to have a stern talking to with your kid. As a matter of fact, you know what you need to do. You need to sit down and watch. Do a double feature with your kid. You really do. You need to sit down and watch. You need to watch, of course, The Suicide Squad and Malignant. Both excellent family movies. I think you really have a wonderful experience you'll never forget. Everyone in chat, Laura, don't do that! So Kimura was talking about her experience with King Shark last night. Kimura had to stop watching because she had to go take care of some shit, so we only watched the first quarter of that movie, but we got to the shark scene, and her reaction was, no! I'm like, you're gonna love this movie, Kim. You're gonna really enjoy this movie. I see hypocrisy accusations get thrown around because it's easy to feel a way to feel that they have a moral high ground, but don't consider the evolving mind and view. It's exactly it. Doom or Thrax, you've thrown it out there exactly. I see hypocrisy accusations. It is what happens when this shit happens, especially when it's post-dated shit. You know, that when it's post-dated shit, like a long time ago. What people like to do is my newfound information on a situation I have nothing with is more important than the people involved in its personal growth and journey. That is what people do when they do that. My newfound knowledge is more important than your journey. It is beyond narcissistic. You know? It is beyond narcissistic. Statutes of limitations are a thing. But let's not pretend that hasn't been stretched out there. I have nothing else going on in my life, so I will make sure others don't. Oh, thank you, Broken Dylan. I liked working on it. It was a lot of fun. It's something I'm serious about because I've been to AA meetings, dude. They don't. Oh, they like redemption arcs only when they have 8-packs and they can and they have 2D bodies and they can fuck them in their imagination. Sorry, I'm just comparing it to the amount of anti-heroes that like everyone wants to bang, but people they hate in real life that are kind of anti-heroes. It's hysterical to me. Like, the amount of people who stand Vegeta, knowing he's murdered children, just kills me. It kills me. Like, oh, Vegeta, you know, he's a really nuanced character. Yeah, killed children, never apologized for it. I mean, it's true, right? I mean, oh, but Bakugo is a sociopathic bully that, honestly, if Deku didn't get his powers, might have tried to make Deku kill himself. But no, he's an awesome character, and he's totally not. I totally. If Bakugo was a real person, that motherfucker would have been canceled so fucking long ago. Okay, you wouldn't be sitting here making fucking excuses for him. It's why I just lose my fucking mind with this shit. You know, like, what do you want? I got people spicy. I got spicy with people one time where I was like, you know what it feels like? And it feels like these people are just trying to figure out a way to avoid doing what they really want to do. You know, I feel like they're just trying to avoid doing what they really want to do, which is, you know, just parking outside of prisons and heckling and throwing trash at people released for good behavior. Yeah. A bunch of kids on Twitter got angry because, oh, Bakugo apologized for being terrible? Now he is a redeemable character, because he saw the error of his ways and turned shit around on his own volition. And that is why now I will like the character. Now I will enjoy the character. Now I will actually consider him a good person, because before that he wasn't. Vegeta hasn't even started to redeem himself. He killed planets full of kids, dude. It's so beyond the pale. He did war crimes, guys. Like, Bakugo was just kind of a dick to a couple people. Vegeta committed war crimes. He admitted being weak and blamed himself. Bingo! Yep, that's good character growth, and that's what, you know, then you give... Someone who finds that for themselves should be given the opportunity to be better. What is the point of being a better person if it doesn't matter? Ask yourself that question. What is the point of being a better person if it doesn't matter? And that is why so many people we now see decide to become shitty, or find the solace in being shitty because they see no reason to do otherwise. It is up to us, as quote-unquote the good people, to try and be better. Anyways, there we go, guys. Salty Jub, trying to be a better person than your past self is a chance. Trying to be a better person than your past self is a chance that people deserve. Everyone deserves that if they are doing it in good faith. Because you're not going to get people to change or be better if all they have to look forward to is shame. No wonder people stick on their bullshit and double down and triple down, because that's better than being shamed forever. You gotta be, we have to be better. Myself, I have to be better about that shit, which is why I try not to, like, engage in that kind of crap on Twitter and shit, because it's just garbage. And the amount of times I've seen people all get all bent out of shape and act out on somebody, and the next day it's found out that it's not true. I swear to God, it's happened way too many times now that I'm like, guys, stop falling for this shit. Please, stop falling for this shit. Because eventually, we're just going to have a boy cried wolf situation with all this garbage. And it's already happening. Anyways. Oh, God, it's like, I don't want to talk too much about shit. Where were you when idiots... Taka, where were you when idiots do this kind of stuff? What are you talking about, Captain Dean? What are you talking about, bruh? I can only talk to myself. I can only talk about my own experiences going through AA, going through addiction recovery and everything. All I'm going to say is all those recovery programs are filled with fucked up people who made a lot of mistakes who just want to get better. I'm going to tell you what doesn't make them feel better. If they were all having their fingers wagged at them and having screamed at them that they'll never be good and they'll never be better. That ain't going to fucking make them stay sober. But it sure as fuck will make you feel like you're a holier-than-thou asshole and you're better than that person. Great, you really needed to treat them like shit for you to figure that out, huh? Fuck's sakes. I just take this seriously because I've been through these programs, dude, and I've seen grown men weep. You know, and it affects you, and it changes your perspective on shit, and it makes you realize what a judgmental prick you've been to a certain degree as well. Because when you're seeking grace, you must... If you so wish to seek grace, you must be willing to offer it. Yeah, Bakugo told Deku to kill himself. Everyone forgets that, like, Bakugo told Deku to literally kill himself, and he was not kidding. You know, like that, like, it's nuts to say, and then people are like, oh, what a great character. I'm like, he's a monster. He's a fucking monster. And then he ends up bowing and apologizing. And I'm like, now you can find him a good person, because he wasn't beforehand. He wasn't, because he wasn't making the active effort to be better. Not yet. And Endeavor, how does he redeem himself? Great question. I don't know if you're trying to create a whataboutism story here, but I'm like, that's a great question. That's something he's going to be struggling with till the day he dies. But the thing is, he has to try and make an effort. Even if it doesn't work or succeed, he has to make an active effort. And if they still give him grief, even though he's trying, then they're the assholes. Because then what do you want? Do you want him to be better, or do you want him to kill himself? Which is it? Choose! Because it can't be both! Endeavor's also trying to make an effort, funny enough. Yeah, he is! Because he realized he fucked up finally because of a multitude of a million reasons. How did Bakugo breeze through school without accepting that he was a shitty person? I don't know. How do people in upper society make it through without realizing they're a shitty person? Because no one kicks their ass. And they needed someone to come along and kick their ass. Yeah, Deku kicked his ass. Good. Did Endeavor ever apologize, though? Hard to say. Endeavor might be less redeemable than Bakugo. Bakugo was a kid. Exactly. Bakugo was a child. He was a teenager. And honestly, and what Endeavor did was, that was like behavior up to his 40s of what he was doing. What Endeavor did took more time and was intentional. What Endeavor did was more monstrous. What Endeavor needs to do is truly acknowledge what he did and never do it again. Like, don't push himself further in that direction, you know what I mean? If he turns it around and starts pushing it the other direction, you have to encourage people to doing that. You have to. Because otherwise you're de-incentivizing actually giving a shit and trying, which is all we want people to do. Anyways, that's... By the way, guys, this is a fictional show. It's not even real. A lot of glass houses out there, everybody. Look forward to seeing where they all are once our IPs are leaked. You see, it's interesting insight into how Bakugo's raised. Yes, that one moment where domestic abuse and beating a child is done for a comedic effect. It was pretty wild. I'm like, oh, right. They still think abuse like this is hilarious. I forgot. Even The Simpsons had to drop this shit. Oh, it's okay. His mom beats him. It's okay. And his dad's Anime Ned Flanders. I'm like, that doesn't make anything better. That just makes... I understand why he's like the way he is. I'm not excusing that, though. I mean, like... I got a lot of fucking problems, but I got my ass to AA, and I kicked booze. And every day I still want to drink. But it is my job to not proceed forward with the ingredients in my life that made my life as bad as it was getting and as bad as the direction it was going. It was up to me to make the active effort to stop drinking. If I wanted my life to change, I couldn't keep drinking. How shit would that be? Like, hey guys, I'm really sorry about how much I used to always drink, and then just keep drinking. The fucking, like, no. No, I had to stop drinking. So I did. And it was annoying. It was hard. It took a long fucking time. And I'm always gonna have to be cautious about booze for the rest of my life. It's just a fact. And that's the reality of it. But, you know, in the end, if I can use my experiences to help contextualize other people's experiences, because I'm not a therapist, nor would I ever presume to be, and nor would I ever even consider being unless I had proper fucking training. But, like, the one thing I can do, and this is where, like, my therapist spoke to me about this at one point, which was, like, you're now at a stage where you can use your platform to talk about this subject material that is incredibly important to a lot of people. And a lot of people talk about mental health. They really do. I know a lot more people are talking about mental health because, in truth, all these little dopamine devices we have in our hands, or you're watching me on right now, you know, they've made us all more anxious, more emotional, and it's very obvious that it's happened to us. You know? So, not only that, but also the internet has made us way too comfortable with the way we treat some people. And we would never treat them that way in person. You know what I mean? Like, the shit we say to people on the internet. This is not political. This is a non-political thing I'm talking about, because this goes beyond that. Like, this goes well beyond one political ideology. This is a certain kind of principled behavioral issue. People, I talked about this earlier, but I'll say it again. I saw somebody, and I'm not going to say who, because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Somebody I did respect were getting on somebody's case about something that happened, and they were assuming a lot, and then it was found out that that wasn't true, and that person didn't post a retraction. And I went, and there you go, everybody. And this is why this is garbage. And it's just like, I've never been so fucking disappointed. And I'm just like, you wouldn't say this shit to this person in person, dude. You wouldn't be saying any of this shit. And this person went on, they tweeted a bunch of harsh shit about this person. And the person they were tweeting about, you know, to a certain degree, I think they were fair to say that shit, because the person wasn't a great guy. Great person in general, actually. I'm going to try and keep this non-gender specific. And all I can think is a couple days later, they're tweeting about, like, you gotta go easy on people, and we have to be considerate of their mental health. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you should have fucking done that yesterday when you were telling somebody who was going through a crisis that they should fucking kill themselves. I'm fucking disappointed in you. So fucking disappointed in you. No, it's okay, guys. Guys, it's okay. But this was a ways back. I failed! I gotta start all over again, guys. So my score, I got to 7,260. I'm glad you guys are liking this stream. I'm just chatting. I'm just shooting the shit right now, really. I'm just talking about things that are important to me, because, I mean, I went through this, guys. I went through this, and I've sat in the therapy sessions. I've sat in the group sessions. I've seen a 60-year-old man break down to tears because it took him 20 years to get his life back together, and once his kids gave him a chance, he was able to. It fucks with your perspective. It really does. Maybe that was a good thing. Because you know what I saw there? I saw a bunch of people who were all not great people. Fucking trying. Fucking trying to be better. And all I could think is there's such a group of people out there that would boo and throw trash at them if they could. Like, and that they're doing that not for anybody else but themselves and their own fucking ego. I can only speak to my own experiences. That's why I'm never gonna try and speak for another person's experiences. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I only know the experience of being a cis white man who happens to have ADHD. Like that's my perspective. I was raised insanely conservatively as a kid. And I had so much information left out that I had to learn so much shit retroactively. We all get information at different times. We all learn at different paces. Yeah. Alright, so this is a whole new game, guys. So we're gonna keep building up to this one. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you guys all hanging out and checking out this game and just chilling with me here. Dreadlord Bedrock, haven't been able to watch you in ages since I started working, but your voice and wisdom really does help me on my own journey to be a better person. Dreadlord Bedrock, if in good faith you are trying to be better than how you were and you are hearing out people who have talked to you in good faith about the issues you've had, you have every right to be a better person. And honestly, the people who would give you grief for trying to be a better person have no right to speak for other people in society who see you trying to be a better person and support that journey. Because a person's personal stigma and bigotry does not trump somebody's journey. I'm sorry. Just seen too much of it. Enough that makes me really uncomfortable to be online sometimes. Why do you think I stopped tweeting my opinion about shit? I'm just gonna piss people off eventually. Oh yeah. This game looks very charming. It really is. The game is Dorf Romantique. It is very relaxing. Red Wolf Boy. I love all the new people swinging on by here. Thank you again, guys, for checking this out. And thank you for all the follows. Every time we get follows when I'm playing a game like this, I'm very flattered because I'm like, oh, you must really like this then. Okay. Because this is not Apex. This is not Ring Fit Adventure. This is Dorf Romantique. And there's a flip side to what I'm talking about. There's some people who will never be better because they'll never admit wrongdoing. They can't. Because of something fucked up that happened in their past or something, they just can't. They can't. Trust me, as a Canadian, I watched a lot of them I watched a bunch of them act like clowns by honking in my capital. My voice is really relaxing. Well, thank God for that. My Twitch username. Ooh, thank you. No, this is nice. I like the vibe. Good. That's the kind of vibe I'm trying to give out, baby. No, I said this multiple times in my stream, and I'm gonna repeat it probably forever. There is enough there's enough shit to be angry about in the world that we don't need to, like, you know, like retroact, like for some instances, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much bullshit we have to deal with right now, with the amount of misinformation and everything happening. Like, we got some real fucking problems hitting a lot of people now, and a lot of people I care about too. I'm worried for in a lot of ways because of the stuff that's going on. I feel like I follow coming from your clock. Some people literally just live for drama. Yes, Salty Jump. That is literally what they live for. They fucking feast upon it like braying hyenas. And they just, like, don't even bother chewing. They're like, just slurping that shit up. And they're like, I'm better than this person, of your shit. They're just, it's like a Dexter. You know what it is? It's like social media Dexters. They're like, I am a serial killer, but I only kill bad people. And tweet about it. Bunch of social media versions of Dexter running around. That's unfair to hyenas. That is true. I'm sorry. Hey, Talk. I've been hanging around here since you took the VTuber injection. Lately, I've been making an effort to hang out and be more active. These past couple days have shown that it was not a bad choice. Love you, man. Well, thank you, JT Dogs. You know, just be kind to people. You know, it's really not hard to be nice to people. You can't be friends with everybody. That's impossible. Trust me, there's plenty of people I'm not friends with who I get along with friendly. Can't be friends with everybody. You can be friendly, or try to be, and make them the asshole. Yeah. That's how you win, guys. Be so good they look like crazy ranting lunatics. Takes the same amount of effort to be polite as it does to be rude. Trust me, I've been rude to people though, guys. Let's not pretend I'm a saint or anything like that. Far from it, actually. I've made my mistakes. And that mistakes, I've made a few. That was not the right thing to do there, but I'll keep building off of this. I'll keep building off of this. Bling-a-ding-a-durgin. Good. Good. Trees. Secret subject. It's really hard to rise above the bullshit sometimes, but you gotta so as not to go insane, haha. Well, secret subject, that's a good way of putting it in the end. Like, dude, I remember there was an interview where they interviewed Bill Burr. It was a specific interview where an interviewer asked him, like, how do you go out there and kill it? How do you go out there and kill it and, like, say, and the haters say you're not going to be funny and just disprove them otherwise? How do you do that? And he's like, and Bill Burr takes a moment to answer the question. He's like, you got to go out there and be undeniable. You got to go out there and kill it, own it. Don't regret anything you do out there. Go out there and kill it and own it. That's what you got to do. I don't know why I'm bringing that up all of a sudden. Due to Utaka, I'm going to watch South Park. All right, Banner Knight, if you're going to watch South Park, remember a lot of the episodes are horrifically dated, and there are some episodes that are just downright disrespectful. It's true, and I will, as it's one of my favorite shows, I will admit that about it. So, there's something to be said for some of the commentary they're doing nowadays, but it's not for everybody. Nor will I assume it's for everybody. Nor do I think if people dislike South Park, they're bad people or something like that. It's like, no, they don't like it. That's fine. That's very much fine, because it's comedy. Comedy is like food. Not everyone likes Italian. Not everyone likes Chinese. Not everyone likes American. Not everyone enjoys it. But there's so many different kinds of comedy that there's lots of different kinds out there. What do I think of the latest season of South Park? It's funny. The newest season of South Park is really good. A lot of people are hating on the new season of South Park because the jokes aren't being written specifically for that one person. I think these episodes have been for everybody, and I love it. Last 3 episodes, just chef kiss. I could not stop laughing at some of these jokes. The most recent episode with the city people, I was crying. I was cry laughing. And for me, it was very specific why I was cry laughing at the city people joke, was because last year I moved, because of COVID, to a smaller town. And I remember looking at places and a real estate agent handing me a thing, and he's like, bottle of water, bottle of water, bottle of water, bottle of water, bottle of water. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was watching the episode and I was like, oh my fucking God. Tesla. Edamame Pilates. They literally have their own language. Wi-Fi? LaCroix. That bit was so funny, I was cry laughing. Now, they've done that bit before with the hilariously named Goobax, and of course, the Starvin' Marvin Kenyan episodes. Is it still all about Randy and his stupid pot farm? D. Solifant, not everyone agrees with you. A lot of people like the Integrity Farm stuff. Just because you don't like media doesn't make it bad media. I love Integrity Farm. As a matter of fact, I wish all seasons were nothing but Integrity Farms. And I wish everybody who ever hated it, they printed out a picture and Randy shit on it. Because at that point, telling them not to do it will mean they'll just double down and keep doing it, guys. Do you not know who makes the show? These guys will triple down on shit. You know why they did? You want to know why they probably did a Integrity Farms episode as the second fucking episode? Was because the second they uploaded the first episode, people went, thank God it's not a fucking Integrity Farms episode. And they're like, let's do another Integrity Farms. Fuck these guys. That's exactly what they would do. Randy really got uncomfortably racist at the end of that episode, though. Bash, he wasn't. Here's the thing: he wasn't being uncomfortably racist. He was being situationally racist, and his entire premise was low-key racist, which is why it's funny that it's backfiring. Like literally, I remember when someone tweeted. I don't even remember who it was. Tweeted about somebody kind of copying their character a little bit, and it looked a little bit accurate. But then around that time, I rewatched the episode Banned in China, where Randy Marsh is going to China, and he thinks it's an original idea no one's ever thought of before. So when he finds out everyone's going to China, he gets mad at everybody. He's going like, "Oh, did everyone think of going to China?" And I tweeted, "I invented bartending." I didn't invent bartending. No idea is original. Everyone copies shit. Everything is personal. Is a remix of personal experience and personal taste. It's when you change it enough that you're not ripping off the thing you're inspired by. That's when it's good. But some of those costumes and some of those character designs I was seeing being ripped off, I was like, "Oh, that's a ripoff, all right." It's too many hats on that one. Oh God, fucking funny. No one lives in a vacuum. Well, nothing's original. Some people like The Simpsons. Oh, nothing in The Simpsons was original. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you think Homer Simpson's voice was original? That was an impression of Dan Castellaneta, Homer Simpson's father. Tyrosine Terror, thank you so much. Nothing original out there. So that's why if you ever get caught up like, "Oh, my idea's not original enough," oh, it's okay. Neither are most Hollywood directors. That shit, Hollywood. Dude, that's not even a negative thing. It's like when you watch all these behind the scenes and stuff, when you have this acclaimed movie come out that, you know, financially did okay, but like was a massive smash hit and it's gonna keep making money and like rewatches and everything. People go, "Wait, why was this movie good?" Well, you know, I really wanted to make a movie I liked when I watched up. And that's exactly it. Guy just went, "You know, I liked it when they did it like this, so I'm gonna do it like that, but with my experiences I've made, and I'm gonna make that movie." And that's what Indiana Jones was. And that's what Star Wars was. Star Wars was based on Flash Gordon serials. And Indiana Jones was based off all those classic adventure serials from the 50s. They weren't original. They were based off the artist, the director, being inspired. And the only reason why they made it Star Wars is because... oh my God. It's because George Lucas couldn't get the rights to Flash Gordon. Okay? So he just made his Flash Gordon fan fiction instead, and that became one of the biggest franchises in history. Nothing's original, guys. Nothing. It's one of my favorite stories to tell. It's so interesting. I thought he took from Doom. Everyone took from Doom. He's not the only one. Helsing took from Doom. Before there was fanfiction.com, there was the Star Trek and Star Wars serialized book series. Where where a good chunk of the books were just Counselor Troy getting fucked. And it was just porn. People don't really see the concept of apprenticeship in daily life work anymore. So when people realize so much of art is apprenticeship, they get surprised. Dude, I'm a student of all those classic animated shows. I'm a student of classic Simpsons, Family Guy's Original Run, South Park, Clone High, Mission Hill, like all these animated shows, Dragon Balls, all these shows. I'm a student of all of them. I watched them all. I watched art on my screen to be done so effectively, and at that time The Simpsons was being viewed by 22 to 26 million people. And the guys who made Clone High, they went on to make Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You know how they started? They started making Clone High, and they had very badly dated and very problematic gay jokes in that show that they themselves disavow. And now they make something like Into the Spider-Verse. And that's why you give people chance and room to grow. It's fine. I love talking about this stuff. I love talking about these animated shows, guys, because this is the shit I grew up with. You know, like I grew up with all these shows. These are the artists. Like I found out the guys make Clone High were in their like 21, like 21, 20 and 21 or some shit when they were making that show. You want to know why I love Clone High so much, even though it's a one season show, and I forgive it for its problematic jokes really easily. Oh, shocker, me. Is because it was one of the first shows that made me feel seen. It was one of the few shows that ever existed that made me feel seen, because in the first season, well, the only season, they had an entire episode about ADHD. And one of the first jokes they make is, Gandhi, you have been diagnosed with ADHD. Oh my God. Will I die? I was crying as a kid. I was crying laughing at the entire episode because I had never before in my life had ever seen a show even say the phrase ADHD in my life. To the point where I was watching one of my favorite animated shows, having a whole episode of the illness I knew no one else in the world had. Like, I didn't know anybody else who had it. So this show was so important for me. We all have those shows that are important to us, and we can't really explain why. I figured out recently why I stand South Park so strongly. There's a certain level of comedy, and I believe there's a certain mantra of their writing that I agree with. I don't agree with some of the stuff they've written, but that's fine. That's part of the course for what they do. I will say, I grew up with South Park. South Park came out right when I entered grade 3/4. That was the year it came out. And that was how old the boys were for the first couple seasons. And then I heard about this show that kids die in and they swear. I'm like The Simpsons? Oh no, much more aggressive than The Simpsons. I'm like, what? And it's on at midnight. I'm like, what? This is a forbidden show you can't watch. And it came on and said 18 plus, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Beautiful. Having a good tree. There are many trees here in the land. Alright, we got ourselves a wonderful multi-point one. So we'll build you right there. Since we're going to fill in that gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Hey, Salty Jub. Hey, everybody. Hope you're all having a good day so far. There's something magical about sneaking downstairs after your parents went to bed and watched South Park on Adult Swim. Yeah, I didn't have Adult Swim. We had it on a different channel. It was on Comedy Network up here in Canada. It's kind of fascinating how much the media consumes us, influences us. You gotta look at it this way, guys. When I was a kid, for years, I was playing with Lego, watching DBZ, and watching The Simpsons. Is it any shock I ended up doing what I ended up doing? Cabal! I don't know if that's the real Cabal. Maybe you had to change your name. The 6-month resub from KBAHL. Remember Digimon? Oh boy, I remember. It was like Pokemon, but hot. You know, it's like a dire werewolf. It's like a regular werewolf. A dire. Keep on building, baby. Building, building, building. Building, building it up. Beautiful. doing this, and we'll go over here to this forest, and we're gonna keep. Oh, we got a little end capper. These end cappers are really handy because they can just kind of like end stuff like that. So what we'll do here is, and we'll actually, you know what? We'll just build this off of this. We can actually put an end capper here. Would you look at that? How's it like going in this town? It's going okay, guys. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. A little over an hour and a half now. So, I'm not distracting you from whatever you guys were doing. I first discovered anime at 13 with One Punch Man and Adult Swim, with the volume on my TV as low as possible to not wake up my parents. God damn, baby. Look at the baby, everybody. Look at the little baby. Sorry. I'm not calling you a baby, actually. I'm just saying you're young. Youngin'. I'm about to build another town. Oh, this one right here, buddy. Look at the little baby. Aren't you cute? Where's your mommy? I ended up having to sneak TV from my dad all the time, mostly because at the time he claimed that everything was inappropriate. Anything above season 1 SpongeBob was deemed as too adult for me. So naturally, I snuck episodes of Family Guy and Simpsons whenever I could. That's exactly what I had to do. I had to watch The Simpsons over at friends' houses because Simpsons were very rarely on late at night, and if they were, I didn't know where they were. I knew South Park was on Comedy Central. I knew I could find, if my parents weren't home, I could maybe sneak an episode of The Simpsons. Otherwise, I had to watch it at a friend's house. And Family Guy, and King of the Hill. Like, all those classic animated shows I wasn't allowed to watch. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons as a kid because my mother at the time she didn't want me to watch it because it encouraged kids to be disrespectful to their parents. Yeah. It's a hell of a reason. I still chuckle about that one. I'm like, You know, I would have respected you more if you just let me. Just kind of let me watch that and enjoy it. I would have probably respected you more for it. But here we are in the here we are, and it just sucks. Just a bunch of dicks. That I ever watched was Beyblade. Let's Beyblade. Let's Beyblade. Oh, Jesus. Let it rip, chat. Let it rip. But not really. I don't want you farting in here. Know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, chat? Do you know what I am saying? Bruh. Ah, there we go. Ooh, that was a 50. Son of a bitch. All right, we'll put that one there. And that one's done, so let's start building this rail down this direction. Ooh, this one's a 17. Nah, I want this. I want that packed up. I'm getting sick of that. Nah, that's no good. Metabots was one of my faves too when I was a kid. I loved the shit out of that. I know, man. Season 1 Metabots, amazing. Season 2 of Metabots, god tier. Season 3 of Metabots, Rama 1/2, the beginning of many trans people's journeys. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. What's with the Rama call out? I ain't calling anybody out, man. I'm just telling the truth. First enemy was Hamtaro. Oh, that's a strong start. Let's talk a big bad Beetleborgs. I don't know, am I? What generation am I, guys? Bruh, I was 7 to 8 years old when Power Rangers came out. I lived that good life. I'm living that good life. Dude, I was like a single-digit kid, like 9 years old. Spider-Man the Animated Series came out. Bruh, that shit fucked with my head so much, and now I could barely give a shit about Spider-Man. Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. Ooh, 7 or 10? Well, let's do the 7 one. That's just a smarter idea. And let's keep building off of this bad boy here. Keep building. Oh, this one needs 611. So where are we at here on this? 93. Okay, we can keep going. Ha-ta-ta-ta-cha-cha-da-cha-da-da. Ya-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You guys remember Mummies Alive? Oh, they are the mummies. They are the mummies. They are the mummies. They are the mummies. And they're protecting the human race now. Oh, it's just I'm crushing. I'm crushing it right now, guys. Ooh, 12. That'll be down to 2. That'll be down to 5. And there's, oh, we'll just build that one right there. Little leg right there. Really hitting the nostalgic territory. Look at all the follows, guys. That's what I gotta hit, guys. That's the metric I gotta hit. I knew it. 34. 34. Bro. Never has something been so familiar yet unfamiliar to me. Ah, entropy. All of it too, guys. No spoilers. No spoilers. But I've been watching the first season of Doom Patrol. After I got done Peacemaker, I went, you know what? Let's watch some Doom Patrol. I've seen it at the end of every episode of Peacemaker is like, if you like Peacemaker, then you'd like Doom Patrol. I don't know if about that, guys. Hey, hold on. The Doctor is played by Timothy Dalton. Okay. That's not bad. What else you got? Brendan Fraser's in it. I'm sorry, shut the front door. Who? Brendan Fraser. You know, the guy from The Mummy. Who does he play? A giant, dumb robot himbo. I'm there. Season 2 of Doom Patrol went off the rails. Dude, the main villain is Alan Tudyk in the first season, and his entire character is his Q. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, man. They were off the rails in the initial plot. No spoils, guys. No spoils. Let me enjoy media before it is ruined for me forever with, I don't know, a bad episode. Oh, Brendan looks way different, but he's so much happier, and he's getting a second shot in Hollywood, and he deserves it. And I know he's gained a lot of weight. Everyone gives him grief about that shit, but man, he's the happiest he's ever been. And I don't know if you saw it, guys, but when he found out everyone was rooting for him online, he didn't even really know about, like, how he had a lot of people standing his career because of, like, all the
unfortunate shit that happened to him. He didn't really know there was a massive groundswell of support, so when, I don't know if it was Doom Patrol, but it was one of the movies he was in recently, one of the projects that, because Doom Patrol was his big return, and then he got added to another movie, and I believe it was the other movie, and then we started doing interviews, and he found out just how many people were really happy. I don't know, maybe I was really sour in South Park with that episode extremely involving PC Principal and the Strong Woman, and now my ex wouldn't stop watching the show when I was around. Even when I said I didn't want to watch, I also think the show can get, so I think the show can get banned. D. Sullivan, I can understand why you don't like the Strong Woman episode. I felt the message of the Strong Woman episode was that bad actors will always exist, and they will always use the system to be abusive. That's what I felt the episode was about, but I can understand anyone who has the trans experience hating the fuck out of that episode. I can understand that. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I will not call you foolish for thinking that. Because again, it's comedy, it's not for everybody. So you're not wrong for disliking it. Like, I accept that's a very contentious episode. South Park is, I call it the sort of Damocles of television shows. They make fun of shit. Everything. And that has backfired on them tremendously many times throughout their careers. And I don't want to blame themselves on that one, but that's also, you know, that's by nature what the show is. That's what it's always been. So, interesting when I see, you know, just I don't know. It's interesting seeing modern South Park. It's really interesting time. Charshine, yeah, I like South Park, but I do not like that episode. I think that's the shit. I think they realize what they are as a show as well. I mean, did you ever see the episode? Oh man, what a hell of a name. The Sissy. Cissy. That's where Cartman takes advantage of the trans bathroom situation to start using the girls' bathroom because the boys' one has such a massive lineup. That Cartman learns every single proper language and all the proper terminologies to take full advantage of the system. He learned all the actual language he needed to. And they're like, you can't do that. And then they have to call in Mr. Garrison, who was trans for a while. Oh my god, one of the worst things ever. And Garrison's like, dude, you can't. They literally say, so what does cis mean? Well, cis is somebody who does not identify as trans. Oh, so cis is normal. And Mr. Garrison turned, do not say that. That is insanely offensive. Okay? And I'm like, the fuck is this episode? What the fuck is going on? Like, it was crazy. That was a hell of an episode. Wild shit, guys, wild shit. And that's what happens when the shows are able to write like that, so. But I know I have so many trans friends, but I like South Park. It's always put me in kind of an odd position sometimes, it feels like. A little bit. Just a little bit, not completely, but it's... And then he learns Randy is Lord, but I also love the shit out of that joke. Not everyone likes that joke either. I think the Lord joke is funny, but I also apologize for I also like Randy on his bullshit episodes, so I'm one of those fans. The newest season has one of the episodes is Pajama Day, which is like a bunch of the kids get banned from taking part in Pajama Day, and a bunch of the parents find out, so they start wearing their pajamas in solidarity with the kids. And the protest continues on to the point where people have to wear pajamas to get into restaurants. They have to be comfy wumpy. And every time... And there's a line. So, if I want to get a real tutti frutti, I gotta be comfy wumpy. And then this guy starts acting out outside of a restaurant, and then the police show up in plaid pajamas, and he goes, he starts speaking streaming German at them in an American accent, because anytime anyone gives any pushback to any of it, everyone starts screaming German at each other, because they're being Nazis. They're making fun of everyone de facto calling people Nazis if they do something they don't like. That's what they're making fun of. And I was laughing my head off at that one. That one was pretty fucking funny. Second episode was a Integrity Farms episode, and people got mad about that because they don't like Integrity Farms, but it was about how there was a disproportionate amount of owners are non-black in the weed industry, and it is imperative that they correct that discrepancy because white people got a head start by having more ability to get into the weed market. So the plot is black people are now entering into the weed market. So Randy tries to get around that by getting Kyle to invite Token Black's family to their home. And that's all I'm going to say about the episode because after that, it is one of the best jokes they've ever executed in their entire run. And proceeded to make me go, I'm sorry, what just happened? And I was looking around. Love your content. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I am Shadow Demon. Thank you. And the third episode is the one where all the city people are moving to the small towns, and they all sound like seagulls. It's the funniest episode in a goddamn long time. Oh no, that episode was fucking hilarious. I was laughing. I've been laughing every episode this season. Like legit good big gut laughs. And I'm like, this is great. I'm happy that they're firing on all cylinders with this shit. Oh god. No, spoil that second episode. It's too good. It's too good of a punchline to be ruined by me exposing it. But I just can't get over. I'm gonna play the sound. I'm just gonna play the audio, guys. I'm not gonna play the visuals. Don't worry. I'm just gonna play the audio of what city people sound like. Wonder how they solved the Nazi speak in the German dub. That's an interesting question, Isoron, because there's a in Germany. I think South Park's decently popular in Germany, but you can't show Nazi shit on their television. So I wonder how that's gonna work. Oh, you can actually? Well, it has to be in the right. Does it have to be in the right context? Oh, Iceron, are we wrong? Okay, thank you for the correction, dude. Might be I'm being wrong on that one. I'm not up to date on what the laws on that are. But if you told me they were strict, it's art, so it's legal. Ah, okay, that's how they do that. All right, here's the actual audio. Everybody, this is actual audio from the episode. Okay, this is a legit thing that they do here. I'm not gonna. All right, listen.
Bottle water, metal bottle water, LaCroix, metal bottle water, edamame, metal bottle,
LaCroix, Pilates. Eventually they start getting shot at and they start screaming Pilates as they're running away. Edamame. Okay, hold on. I'm playing a little bit more of the audio because now I feel like you all need to be even more cultured. All right, here we go. Here we go. One more time.
bottled water, bottled water, bottled water, bottled water. Tesla, we have a Tesla.
Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi? Is there Wi-Fi?
No Wi-Fi, bottled water. Oh, bottled water.
Oh, Wi-Fi?
Metal bottled water. Wi-Fi. Oh, LaCroix. Tesla, Tesla. MacBook, LaCroix. Tesla. Sounds like a shitty people.
Oh, by the way, this episode wins an award for best strategic use of Mr. Kim. They now, okay, so in the canon of South Park, it looks like they've now let Mr. Kim is now part of the city council, which I'm already happy as fuck about because that's gonna be hilarious. But Mr. Kim, the joke with Mr. Kim is he speaks with a very thick Chinese accent, and the joke with him was always, instead of his place is called City Walk, but he pronounces it Shitty Walk. So when the city people move to town and he has a speech, oh, the shitty people moving to town with their shitty kids and their shitty opinions will bring their shitty views and their shitty money to change our lives to make them more shitty-like. I'm fucking crying. I just can't with this show. It just, level of like just dexterous use of that character. Strategic Mr. Kim use is a fantastic thing to watch. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard at that part because they're taking the fact that he says that and they're reinventing the joke, essentially, where he's using it to describe some really shitty people. It's such a clever way of doing it. I love it. We don't talk about how Mr. Kim is actually white. Oh yeah. That's just such a fucking stupid plot point. Tesla, bottle of water, 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 bottle of water. But when I was actually when I was picking out where I wanted to stay, I literally, the guy showing me places was like, bottle of water? He would hand me a bottle of water as a real estate agent. And I was like, I'm now watching this episode, I was fucking losing my goddamn mind. Pilates! Pilates! Good shit. So guys, for those who are wondering about this game, because some people don't fully know about this. This is Dorf Romantic. It's one of my favorite Zen games currently out right now. It is available on PC only, to my knowledge. Once it's on mobile, it will dominate the universe. That much I can say with a lot of confidence. There's no way something like this doesn't, people don't just lose their fucking mind over something like this. Oh, did they mock NFTs too? Oh, Ran the fool. Did they mock NFTs? What's the goal here? Actually, it's an endless mode. Essentially, you're trying to get your score as high as you can. Every time you accomplish these tasks or seal off an area, you get more tiles to accomplish a task and seal more areas. It's one of those forever games, which I enjoy. Because eventually it's like, all right, you lost. But you tried for a while, and that was good. I don't have Paramount Plus. Oh, it's okay. A lot of people don't. Also, if you don't have Paramount Plus, it's okay because I believe all the new episodes are just re-uploaded to their website immediately. I think that's part of their deals. They just want their shit online so it will curb piracy. Legitimately, they just put it on their website so it curbs piracy. But the sad thing is, I can't watch it because I'm Canadian. Fucking goddamn trade laws. So annoying. Tesla, bottle of water. Having to use a VPN, I guess. I don't know how to do that. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. Just do the thing that makes it... Just do that technical thing that you're not good at all. Ah, thanks, guys. Canadian, you don't get to watch those. You don't get to watch Comedy Central or those websites because they're all Paramount owned, and Paramount has a separate media trade deal in Canada that won't allow Canadians to actually watch all the content that Paramount has on their platform. I have to go on to a platform that they have partnered with, which is absolute dog shit. It is so fucking bad. It is insulting to me. And I genuinely wish I could tell them, guys, you gotta stop doing this because people are just gonna pirate everything again. That's what they're gonna do. Well, then that's not fair. Like, no, you made it so there's nowhere to go to get it. And we're back to talking about Nintendo. That's right, guys. It was a giant flat circle. That's right, guys. Full circle. You know, here's the thing. When people say, "Oh, it's just as bad as it used to be," no, we can watch the television shows whenever we want now. I think we can all collectively agree that that's way fucking better than how it used to be. Like, people say, "Oh, it used to be better back in the day." No, it was not better than back in the day. We had to watch all this generic shit that were designed around ad breaks, and we couldn't watch it whenever the fuck we want. It was absolute fucking dog shit. Now, people complaining about streaming being more expensive. Okay, now it costs almost all the major streaming platforms now cost about as much as cable. But you can watch everything when you want with no ads. So let's not pretend that it's the same. I mentioned this in another stream, but my dad, I got him to using Amazon Prime, and he was watching the Jack Ryan show. And my dad was freaking out over the Jack Ryan show because he's like, "Holy crap, this is good." He's like, "This is like watching a book." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's well." And I told him, and I was sitting there with my dad, going like, "Yeah, because they're not designing the show around ad breaks, and you understanding just enough by just dropping into a random episode. They are trusting you to watch this end to end to understand what fucking happens, and because of that, they can tell a more nuanced story." You can go, and yeah. Double. There we go. That's a double 5 right there. With no ads starting to be a lie, though. No, it's still no. They're not interrupting shows to play me ads. The second they do that, I'm dropping the platform. Don't do that to me. I know I know you got to advertise. Know you got to pay your bills and all that shit, but leave it out of the entertainment. Put it all around the entertainment. Leave it out of the entertainment. All I want. Yeah, you don't charge people a fee and then make them watch ads. I remember when someone at Netflix leaked that one of the new CEOs they had was pushing that. It immediately they immediately was found out their stock plummeted, and they did a survey. It found out like 40% of people would cut the service if they did that. 40 to 50% of people would literally drop service if they did that. And I'm like, "Yep, you can't go back. We can't go back. You cannot make us go back." The fucking genie's out of the bottle now, guys. We are not going back to that style of doing shit. We are not going back to doing that. That is not happening, and I will drop the platform if you try to make that do that shit. That's why we pay for the service. One thing, and this is, I may rant about capitalism again, it's the eternal growth. We need numbers to go up. Like, Netflix is like, "Oh," someone says Netflix is failing now. And I'm like, because they didn't make as much money as they did last year? Well, yeah, there's more streaming services. There's more fucking competition. They still made money. This eternal need for the arrows to be green pointing up. It kills shit. You know? Listen. The problem with capitalism is it's just somebody who won't admit how greedy he is, trying to bring it all around to why everyone else must debase themselves morally so that his numbers go up and his PP be hard. And I've decided that I don't respect people who want to destroy the world, who all they want is the numbers to go up so their PP is hard. I don't think they have the best. I don't think they have it. The best intention, because infinite growth is impossible. Want to know why? Because Facebook believed in infinite growth, and then coordinatedly, Google and Apple changed their privacy policies, and now Netflix has lost over half their net worth. Not Netflix, sorry. Facebook. My B, everybody. Wrong company. Facebook. Yeah. They lost half their worth. They lost half their fucking worth. It was just a cavalcade. All those guys. I'm not calling them Meta. I'm refusing to call them Meta because they're trying to be clever and change their name. Well, you can't get mad at us. We're not Facebook anymore. We're Meta. Take the mask off. I know who you are. You don't get to put on a new luchador mask and then all of a sudden, all the crimes you broke, you didn't break them. Okay? That's not how this works. You were the fucker under that luchador mask. Okay? Oh, and apparently the CIA raided Facebook recently. Or Meta, sorry. Specifically because of the truckers' protests going on in Canada. See, a lot of that was misinformation, and they were not supposed to share misinformation, and all of a sudden it was still happening. That's weird. Why are they still sharing all this information? Could it be that they lost half the worth of their company and they are atrophying money? Could it be the lead dev of, could it be that the lead dev of the metaverse was caught in a pedophile sting? Could it be that when the European Union ordered Facebook, if they wish to do business in Europe, they have to have the people's information backed up on actual servers in Europe. Facebook said, fine, we'll leave. And Europe said, okay. Big companies hemorrhage funds. Eventually. That's why eternal growth is useless. A steady rate of growth is great. Having downtimes is fine. You think I didn't have a down month last year? With all the VTubing? I had 2 months, guys, that I did abysmally. I did so bad. Oh my God, I did so bad. Oh God, it was not good numbers. My numbers did not go up, chat. My numbers went down. You know what happened next month? My numbers went up again, much higher. Because the good months are there to balance out the bad months. And that's part of it. Having a couple bad months means you have a couple good months. And those are meant to balance out in the end. It's why some people who VTube, and I ain't naming names because a lot of people this could be clarified to, they're addicted to growth. They're addicted to eternal growth. It's impossible. It's impossible to have eternal growth. So the question is what are you willing to do to grow, and how much are you willing to invest in that time? And that's why I've been doing this for 15 years, is because there's only a certain amount I'm willing to grow. I'm like, I could grow quicker, but I'd have to do stuff I don't want to do and I'm not interested in. Infinite growth is impossible. It's just impossible. Retro Tofu, thank you so much for the 6-month resub. I greatly appreciate that. Biggest thing I have issue with Meta is they killed Oculus. Yeah, I know, but we got all the other ones now, and Oculus was always the weakest out of them. Wow, it's been 15 years? Yeah. 15 years since 07, guys. There's already better VR out there, and our parents aren't on that shit. Why the fuck would we play this? Like, you know what it is? I was talking to my mom. You know why? You know why the Meta VR stuff is bad? Mom was like, why? It's marketed towards you, Mom, and you could barely give a shit. And my mom laughed, because it's true. It's marketed towards her, and she could fucking care less. Literally, Zuck's entire business model was selling people's personal information. The second Apple and Google changed their privacy policies that they can't sell information on your phone, they immediately lost $200 million of net worth in a company. All right, pretty fucking indicative how they were actually making their goddamn money. They were literally selling our private information. That's how Zuck made his money. He sold our private information. The guy who decided to make a website with how hot girls are decided to pretty much control society for a while. So the guy who was so concerned about his personal privacy that he bought the houses around his house so no one could spy on him. These people suck. They suck. They suck. They suck. They suck as people. That sounds like serious paranoia. Well, that's what happens when you make enemies that big. Imagine if that one nerdy incel got to decide society. That's kind of what we're dealing with here, guys. And I'm talking real incel, not like just gets mad about shit, but like literally has a plan. Man, bruh. Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. That was very cash money of you guys. It was very cash money of you. God damn it, guys, I appreciate how cash money of you that was. Oh, 19. Ooh, that was going to be an awkward one. Do I have a 19 area? I don't. I got to start a new one over here. Shit, they're going to split me in half here. That's not meant to be a euphemism, by the way, everybody. Khaled, your first time chatting, and you don't even say hello, you just post a link? Hello, everybody. What's happening? I'm playing a game. You the beta you hate. Oh, I don't know. It's not good to hate. Hating takes up so much fucking energy. Did you just Jurassic Park? Well, the thing is, that's also a Family Guy joke. Everyone forgets about it. One of those ads where they passive-aggressively tell me, you can't do that. You can't do that. I just want to go see my husband. God was pretty clear about that in the Bible. I just think that shit's funny. I don't know why. It keeps killing me every time I say it. Ty Ravenholm, thank you for the 6-month resub. So Jurassic Park did it first. Correct, but whoever wrote that joke in there heard it from somebody else. Am I smoking? No, I'm smoking hot, but thank you. That gets misconstrued a lot. Beautiful. What a one. Oh, God. Got to that next threshold. Because Family Guy was just that forgettable for me. Oh, your reward's in the mail, Red Wolf Boy. Comedy ain't for everybody. Not everyone's into shit. I actually, one of the episodes I liked the most out of South Park was actually the episode where like Cartman's trying to get South Park shut down because Kyle like doesn't want it shut down because like the entire message of the episode was people like Family Guy. There's nothing wrong with liking Family Guy. The only issue they ever had with Family Guy, and Trey says it's just like the plots don't matter and the jokes are interchangeable. Not that the jokes themselves are that bad. It's just that the plot itself doesn't matter, and he doesn't like writing that way. But the entire crux is just because you don't like it doesn't mean you can just shut it down. Like that's the whole point of the episode. Cartman wants to shut down Family Guy, not because it's like they're trying to show the Prophet Muhammad, because Cartman hates it. Everyone assumes he likes it, so he's lying to try and get them to remove the thing. And I thought that episode was just really ingenious for level of conversation there. Hell, a trucker drops Kyle off at the event. He's like, "Oh, I know it's just interchangeable jokes, but sometimes I like that after a long day. At least it doesn't get preachy and up its ass like some animated shows clearly talking about themselves." There was a level of parody, and so Cartman and Kyle fight, and they fight at the Fox Studios, and they keep fist fighting throughout the entire place, and then Cartman gets knocked into the King of the Hill writers' room. There's a lot of layers to that episode. It really is. I feel like American Dad is a better show now. I mean, they're different shows written by different people, so yeah, I would assume so. Ooh, where am I going with this one? I think the King of the Hill reboot could work. I think it could too. And the fact that they got everybody back, including the original writers, leads me to believe that they could keep it going. Also, I don't know what they're planning on doing with Bobby, if he's going to be an adult with a kid now, or if Bobby is going... I think Bobby might be a media influencer, and Bobby got YouTube famous for doing basic chores ASMR videos. I would lose my shit if that's how Bobby pays his rent. Is he does ASMR videos where he's just doing basic chores, and that's how he makes his money. Could you imagine how pissed Hank would be? Can you imagine how pissed off Hank will be? Oh. Hi, this looks cozy. I know, and you're all the way over there. He hates it, but damn it, it makes money. Damn it, he's influencing people. Damn it. Taka, you got the Founder Titan. The Founder Titan? The fuck? Gotta go have a good stream. Ah, dang it, Bobby. Ooh, we're down to 3, guys. We're not gonna make this. We're not gonna make this, guys. Ah, dang. I wasted a lot of these on tiles over there. Yeah, this might be it, guys. I might be toast after this one. Yeah, looking. Yep. And... damn, I got to 910, guys. Within 10% of my high score. Within 10% of my high score. Dang it, I could have done way better on that one. Uno mas, uno mas, uno mas, uno mas, uno mas, uno mas, uno mas. It is over 9,000, so there, that we got that going for us, which is, you know, nice. Boom, 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 boom. Yada da, yada da, ba 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 booey. Long as you're having fun? Oh hell yeah, guys! Is there an audio clip here? You talking about me, baby? Oh, thank you. I have no idea how my TikToks are doing today, guys. For all I know, my entire TikTok's on fire. I already had another video pulled. I tweeted about it, but one of the videos I uploaded with, Great Brewery. I got to 13K today. Gotta raise them rookie numbers. Oh, Great Brewery got to 13K? Dang. I realized what the game is. It's all about the tiles that have a lot of things going on. You gotta create an area where, like, I don't know, it's really difficult to really gauge it. This is why this game is really interesting to me. Talon of the Dragon. Talon of the Dragon. Are you fucking kidding me? Thank you for 10 gifted shots. Goddamn. Talon of the Dragon, everybody. Being kind enough by gifting them 5 shots. Thank you so much. And if you got gifted that, check it out. Could someone explain to me why they switched to using CGI Titans? And oh, it's cheaper, and they don't have. It's cheaper, and as you know, that Attack on Titan show is barely making any money. I'm doing the jerk off motion right now. See, this you'll have a bunch of these ones where you have one house and a little bit of trees. Like, where do you put that? Like, where do you really put that? You can kind of maybe put that there, or like over here, kind of to just kind of like, yeah, lock in a space there. It's always so. All right, that one's on lockdown now, so we'll start building again off of this. Ooh, hello, hello. Yeah. Ooh, I'm already off to a weird start on this one. Have I listened to some good music lately, Talk? No, I only have shit taste. I just re-listen to the same 8 songs on the television shows I'm watching. I'm too ADHD to like one genre of music. That's not a brag, it's frustrating. Well, someone asked me, hey, so what are some of your favorite concerts you've gone to? I've never liked one band enough to sit through an entire set. How do you tell someone that? Like, it's just like, I don't like one band enough to sit through an entire set of all their their most average songs. I like almost all music isn't bad. I say I have eclectic taste. That's apparently that's a term you should use. It's like, don't you want to see Kiss in concert? Yeah, for like 2 songs. Well, then you leave? Yeah. The fuck? Detroit Rock City and Rock and Roll All Night Party every day. Like, the fuck else is worth sitting around to listen to? Kiss is only good for the stage show. That's why I used them as an example. I know that they're one of the best stage shows, but yeah, the music's pretty average. But their stage show, What do you listen to? Music I can stand listening to twice. Like, for example, you know one of the songs I'm listening to all the time right now is? I got a couple songs on loop. I have Adam Cole's It's All About the Boom. I have Wigwam's Do You Really Want to Taste It? And The Stroke. Those are the 3 songs I'm listening to a bunch on repeat right now. I just realized you're building life on top of the void, 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 void. Speaking of Wigwam, you seen Peacemaker? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. You think I haven't seen Peacemaker? I've seen Peacemaker, don't you worry. Do you really want to taste it? Diddly, 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 diddly. Talk out to your dreams. The Poke Rap, but only the Pokemon that YouTuber Markiplier will have sex with. Going up, must come down. Do you really want to taste it? That's the blind as doom is done. Been the night of more begun. Whipped down in the rip blood off. Though your dog the invisible bone. Who's your favorite and whose line is it anyway? Fuck. There's an actual team of 4 that I love that are just always consistently funny. And also, I'm Canadian, so it's Colin Mockery. I'm Canadian, so Colin Mockery is my boy. As a Canadian, I can't not stand Colin Mockery. I have to stand my boy Colin. Who's your favorite South Park character? Oh man, that is... that's hard to answer now because that's a very nebulous question. It's changed a lot. I'd say... Randy or Butters. It's one of the 2. I like Randy. I like Butters a lot too, though. It's... Yeah, that one's hard. Randy or Butters, I think. There's a lot of, like characters who are only around for a little bit that I thought are pretty fucking funny too, but I'd have to actually create a goddamn list. Randy's such a goddamn mess. If you like Randy's humor, he's not. He's fucking funny if you like the jokes they do with Randy, which are jokes of ignorance, I call them. That's why they love writing jokes for Randy, because he is their self-insert for not getting shit. Your favorite is Butters or Mr. Slive? There's a character that's aged really. There's a character that's aged. Mr. Slive. And tomorrow, myself and Mim are going to be playing more South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Over at twitch.tv/Mimikibus. I'll be jumping into more of that game. Can't wait. Mim is already just overjoyed with how much fun this new one is. So I'm looking forward to Mim having a good time with it. Not everyone likes the second game because of the combat switch. I love it. So, you know, we'll be playing it and having fun playing it. Dumb question. Has anyone been reading Radiant Black? That is, I have no idea, man. Will you be having another Euro bar after that as well, Taka? Correct. I'm calling them open bar, where the bar is open. I don't know if Euro is correct because we had a lot of people from early morning. No, not early morning. We had a bunch of people from Asia as well. So I was like, wait, okay, we have a bunch of people from Asia here, so it doesn't really work if we call it Euro bar. So maybe we should just call it open bar? Yeah, that kind of works a little bit better. At least from what I could tell. Oh, yes. Oh, here we go. This is the one you want, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that works out good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all coming together. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Wow, this is really nice. Hey, Peter. Peter. Hey, Peter. Well, Peter, I understand where you're coming from. Peter! Anyways. Peter. Ah, yes, the wonderful Patrick Warburton. Mine's okay. I know better Patrick Warburtons. Hey, Peter, can I borrow your egg, Peter? there was a new episode from the new season of Family Guy. I had one of my favorite jokes recently, which was Bonnie and Lois are both like riding on like a fake bike, and they're racing each other. And eventually, Lois gets so competitive she yells at Peter to go take care of it, and it just shows Peter walking kind of the crossover between Joe and the Griffin's house, and he goes, "Hey," and then Joe's swinging on by with bolt cutters. "Hey, yeah." He's going over as well. Because Bonnie told him to do it. And they just don't say anything like, uh-huh. And one thing that's been really interesting about Family Guy as of late, and I'm talking about Family Guy, right? One thing that's really been blowing my mind is they have less Seth MacFarlane. Hell, the previous season they made a joke about it, and this season it's very obvious. They don't have Seth as much. So a lot of the episodes do not feature his gruff-voiced characters like Carter, like his dad, the doctor. They're not as often in the show now. Very rarely is he playing a secondary character. He's playing his main guys, and mostly, even then, it's very rarely two of his characters talking together. There's very minimal Brian Stewie episodes, and I think that's the only time they really have two of his characters at the same time on screen. The rest of the cast has been playing more characters, essentially. They've been playing the characters now. And they've been playing more of the scenes. Like Lois has more episodes. Chris and Meg are getting more episodes. And if they get an episode, they'll sometimes be paired with a Seth character, but it'll only be one. And meaning they've lowered the overall line count for Seth MacFarlane now. And I actually like it. Because I think all those performers who play all those characters are fucking phenomenal. And the fact that we get to watch more episodes with them is really neat. I love the Stewie Brian episodes, but they can't rely on them anymore because that's just Seth just acting nonstop, and literally he needs to be given more free time to make his other personal projects because he's just not interested in doing Family Guy alone anymore. Hell, there was an episode where they had to record, like, there's an episode where the entire joke is that they're recording commentary for an episode they filmed. Essentially. So they're recording a commentary track over what I'm assuming is a bad episode. And they themselves are like having all this drama, just doing voiceover over an episode and talking over the bad jokes. And there's just they're doing so many different things right now that even Seth made a joke about that. All right, guys, now Seth MacFarlane showed up in the episode to play himself, telling them they're all animated characters. But Seth's like, all right, guys, I need Seth Green, and I need Seth Green to form a shield and hide me from the American Dad people as we get out of this building. And I laughed pretty good at that joke. Now, I was invited to the Family Guy studio. I've talked about this a couple times on stream, but not everyone's heard it. I was invited to the Family Guy studio by one of the writers who worked on the Cleveland show, and after that got dropped, he was one of the good writers for the Cleveland show, so he got brought on to Family Guy. So he was a big fan of the Abridged series. Like, he liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z and Hellsing Abridged. He's watched the Abridged series. Like, he said he was a student of internet parody series because there's some fantastic writing out there. And so when I flew to LA, he messaged me, "You want to come to the Family Guy studio?" And I was like, well, fuck yeah, I want to come to the goddamn Family Guy studio. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't meet any celebrities. I didn't meet any of the actors or anything like that. It was a day where they weren't there. They were doing a episode in particular, though. I remember the episode. It's the one where Stewie gets a friend. That's where Stewie has that one friend who him and Stewie become really good buds as kids, and like Brian gets jealous. I mean, hey, that's still awesome as fuck. It really was. I'll tell more about that. The episode I was watching was that one where Stewie, like, he literally grabs his old Go kit for all his world domination shit and goes, "Victory will be mine," for like the first time in like an era. And there's a joke in the episode when Stewie says that, a dad starts laughing and clapping, pointing at the TV. "Ha ha! See, son, the baby used to say that. Shut up, Dad, I'm watching Rick and Morty." And he's on his iPad. And the dad just looks sad. Now, in the room, when that joke hit, because it was in their main read room, there were none of the actors. They had already recorded their voiceover for it, so it was more or less the animatic. It was all the other writers and all the other staff members. No one else laughed at that joke but me. I laughed so hard at that joke, I was coughing. I was losing my shit at that joke. I could not believe they flat out fucking said that. It fucking killed me. It was such a funny joke. And I was one of the only ones laughing. Guys, that episode came out and that joke was still in it. Now, I don't want to take credit, but from what I remember, I was the only one laughing at that joke in that room. So I'm like, did they remember how hard I was laughing at it? Like, what happened? Oh, God. Fucking funny. But it was a fantastic experience. And true story, at the Family Guy studio, I didn't sign an NDA, so I can talk about this. They, no joke, any physical prop that was ever used in any live action skit they have is there. They have them hanging up on hooks. A couple are in glass cases, but you know, like for example, the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood, like castle, the one they did for that one bit, that was there right when I got off the elevator on that floor. I immediately looked at it. I was like, oh my God, that is literally it. Fucking crazy, man. It's cool. It's really cool that I got to do that. I also got to see the car engine cook bag. I got to see that one made by the Ashton Kutcher ad. I got to hold that, and I was like, it was the one Kutcher used for the prop and for the skit and everything when they went to Korea. It was just neat. I was like, this is just fucking neat. This is just neat. I get to see all the actual props that were there, and it was just cool to check it out, you know? And like, I know people rag on Family Guy, but I watched it. It was an entire studio writing 2 television shows, employing over 100 people or something like that, and it was active. They are busting their butts. The actors aren't there, but they're still all busy coordinating everything and shit. And just watching, like, what is considered bad television be worked on that professionally, it made me feel so Bush League with the shit I was working on. I left that place feeling inspired. You know, and that was a really neat experience. Dude, someone calls you up. Hey, you want to go to the place where they make Family Guy? Yeah. Of course I do. What do you think? I'm one of those guys who hates on Family Guy and makes that my personality? Family Guy's still on air for a reason. Yeah, because it makes money. Just don't, if something's successful, don't say it's not successful just because you don't like it. It's very foolish to do that. It's one thing I wish I could, like, I saw so many good writers when I started out abridging, so many good writers fell into the trap of literally hating on shows they didn't like and not refusing to look at shows they didn't care for any lessons that could be taught by them. I saw so many people I really liked as writers go, I gotta rewrite this shit. It's like, why are you rewriting shit? Yeah, as long as it makes money, it's profitable. Well, talk is indeed amazing. No. Being inspired is such a great way to look at it rather than feeling disheartened or insignificant. Gabal, that's the silly thing. That's why when people shit on Family Guy, I use it as an example of this weird, well, people who think they're smarter than it and have never made fuck all think it's not good. You know, there's like, I know there's a certain subsect of like animation writing fans who don't fucking like it, but they won't deny its success. And if they deny its success, they're often not successful. Because to deny something's success is, you don't look at it. You don't look at it for what it is. If it finds an audience, it's doing something right, except if it's Cowboy Bebop. Ain't wrong, am I? Say the guys who go to that trucker protest, their entire personality is they hate something. Just avoid people who make their personality their dislike of something, you know? Someone, you know, makes their entire, like, no, it's all about what I dislike. That's what it's all, that's what I'm all about. I'm making my personality the fact that I don't like a show that is not for me. It's like the High Guardian Spice shit. First of all, I don't care for High Guardian Spice. I've never really watched it, nor do I care for it. It's not for me, so that's why I don't talk about it. Some people are just shitting on it just because it's the new punching bag. They don't actually care. And they're just harassing people because that's what a personality is for some of these people, is just sitting there hating something. And especially for the people whose business acumen, reviewers and shit like that, who they're required to do that. So now they are incentivized to continue doing that because they're on the hook financially. That's why when people say, oh, you believe everything the mainstream media tells you, you believe everything some jackass who's financially on the hook for being right, financially on the hook for his lies on Facebook says? I feel like mine's a bit better. That's my watermelon. Well, Lady Devoir, that's different. The creator of RWBY passed away, and the writers who were hired on to work on that project single-handedly hurt the show. And I am never going to be cast in one of their projects by saying this shit. I ain't ever going to be cast in RWBY. I had the opportunity to get cast in RWBY a ways back, and I said no. Rest in peace, Monty Ohm. For those who do not know, I was friends with Monty Ohm. Now, I'm not going to pretend I was a super close friend, because he has really close friends that love the shit out of him. But I was friends with him. I met him at PAX Prime. I met Monty Ohm at PAX Prime. I actually went to I said yes to going to a random party one of my roommates wanted to go to, and that was the party that Rooster Teeth and Jessica Nagiri were celebrating at. Now, at this point, I had met Jessica multiple times, so she saw me. She immediately went, Taka, oh my god! I gave her a giant hug, and I just hung out with people there. I didn't realize it was essentially the Rooster Teeth party. And towards the end of the night, there was a guy kind of sitting there shooting the shit with me a fair amount, and I didn't realize till later, as he kind of came back to chat with me, he was Monty Ohm. I didn't know who he was, but he told me to my face, dude, thank you for making Dragon Ball Z Abridged. When I was rendering out the first season and working on the first season of RWBY, I was just marathoning your show back to back constantly. He just had Dragon Ball Z Abridged on loop. I'm not kidding. So there's a video breaking down what happened with RWBY, and they show B footage of him watching Dragon Ball Z. And people go, oh wow, he's watching Dragon Ball Z for inspiration. He wasn't watching Dragon Ball Z. He was watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Because he loved that we took the pieces we had and we did what we did with them. Because that's what Monty did. When he started out with Dead Fantasy, he had a bunch of character models and an editor, and that's what he did. So he appreciated what we did and where we came from. He invited me, Scott and Nick personally, this was after I met him, he invited me, Scott and Nick through me, to Rooster Teeth. We got to go to Rooster Teeth, and we got to meet everybody. I got to meet Jeff, I got to meet Sarge, I got to meet the whole cast. I got to meet Monty, I got to meet his amazing partner at the time, I got to meet a lot of amazing talented staff, and I got to see how they operated, and we got to see that upper level, you know, and he showed it all to us because he wanted us to feel inspired and stuff, and this is true as well, and I don't know how many people he talked to about this, but this is something he was talking about, which is, I think, if you have friends who have ADHD, or you have ADHD, you know what that's code for, which is code for, I think this is a good idea, but I'm currently in the middle of filtering the idea about running it past people. One of the things he wanted to do in between season 2 and 3 of RWBY, I believe it was 2 and 3, was during the tournament arc, he wanted to have a couple special episodes that had nothing to do with the show, and he wanted them to be one-off episodes during the tournament showing some matches featuring the internet creators that inspired him. And one of the episodes he wanted to do was the Game Grumps versus Team 4-Star. And that was right before he passed away. We were still talking about that idea. Now, hold on. This did not go through because, unfortunately, he passed away shortly after. See? Kite in the Storm? Yeah. Yep. That would have just given him free license to literally make fight scenes for all the creators he, like, literally felt inspired working with or watching the content of. So this was my pitch to him, and we never confirmed anything, guys. This never happened, unfortunately, but this was all in talk. But I was in talk. We were gonna they wanted it's a 4-on-4 team. That's the way it works. So the way it worked was I pitched that we were gonna be an air pirate crew, and our ship was gonna be called the Eternal Dragon. Yeah. I was gonna be the captain, and I used a cutlass. It was a katana cutlass. And Nick, Scott, and Masako, we were looking at the idea of making them the tall, pretty one, the big, tough, stupid one, and the one with the freaky powers. Classic. I gotta get this looping over here to connect these two. Otherwise. Clever. It's okay. It's enough on brand. It's enough on brand, right? Damn it, I love that idea. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why he wanted to do it. And that's why I was like, dude, you aren't gonna... Oh, no. A custom animation of an original character in your massively popular series? No. Twist my elbow. Monty passed away. And, fucking tragedy. One of the last things he ever did is he asked me how one of my projects was going. And he remembered what it was called. Man. Really is sad when you think about it. Good man. What a fucking great dude. Just a rock solid guy, end to end, and may he rest in peace. Sorry, I don't mean to get too dour, guys. Oh, by the way, he would have loved this VTuber stuff. Monty Ohm, if he was still alive, God rest his soul, I can only imagine what he would have done with VTuber tech. Oh boy, if you want to talk about Ruby went downhill after he passed away. Unfortunately, Ruby went downhill before he passed away for a very unfortunate reason, which is why I've said it on stream multiple times, and it will get me in trouble if I talk about it again, probably. But suffice to say, the two writers who were brought on for it had not written much before, and you can tell because their writing was atrocious. When they knew, from what I'm understanding, they knew that at the end of the thing, there was going to be a big fight scene with all these characters. It was their job as writers to introduce plots, to introduce these characters, to add more impact for the last huge set piece moment. But when they were writing the episodes, they instead created original characters for themselves, and I shit you not, wrote a plot about going to prom and all the girls fighting over who gets to date them. And that's what they focused on instead of the plot. And that is why, out the gate, Ruby, unfortunately, was not seen to the original plan of what Monty wanted. Unfortunately. And if you yet literal self-inserts, and one of the characters never came back as well. They were just launched into a fucking cannon, never came back. I'm not kidding, guys. Go rewatch that first season. The two male characters who show up and try and date all the girls are the two writers who Rooster Teeth put on that project. They were supposed to write stories about all these extra characters who will show up at the end of season 1 with no backstory, and it's confusing. There was that great dancing scene. Yes, that was all Monty Ohm. Instead, when we're trying to learn about Ruby and all these other characters... Oh, H-Bomber Guy's video about Ruby is pretty good. I'm talking about H-Bomber Guy's video about Ruby. The only correction I want him to make would be that he wasn't watching Dragon Ball Z in that footage. He was watching Dragon Ball Z abridged. He told me to my fucking face. And it's true. And they talk about how season 1 literally fucked up the entire plot of the show immediately by having these two writers who had really no business doing what they were doing. No offense to the guys, because they actually ended up, one of the writers ended up writing some good shit later on, but they literally just wrote cringe-induced self-inserts that literally, they had a plot about the girls fighting over who gets to go to prom with them. Because that's what I want to watch. Ay, fuck. Think I'm lying. Go rewatch season 1. That's why that H-Bomber guy video, I was like, thank you. Not wrong. That's a cool opportunity to make a real fun original series like Monty Ohm like wanted, but those guys could not help themselves with writing self-inserts that all the girls want to bang. It's so cringe. It makes me depressed how cringe it is. Yes, also the writers are adults and the kids, and they're all like 15 years old. I'm like, correct. Also kind of weird. Like, it's one thing to play characters when you're an older actor, you're playing a younger age and it's a performance. That's one thing. But when you're the writer and you're the actor, it's a bit sus. Wasn't that the second season? Not the first? No, that was the first season. End of first season ended with when the robot almost went berserk at like the. Oh, also they had to start up the racism is bad plot, which was imperative that we'd started that up. God. Rezarox, thank you so much for the 5 gifted shots. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that, Rezarox. And it can work if the writers are good enough. And the problem is they were younger writers, so they just didn't have the chops for what that needed. And also, literally, when you're trying to introduce a series with all these new characters, maybe you should focus on the characters that all the promo images and everything was about, not the characters you get to voice and get to write dialogue for and get to write that all the girls think are sexy. The fuck, man. I can you imagine like blowing that opportunity to write that on your own ego? That's how young these guys were. It's just so disappointing about that shit, which is why Ruby like it had so much potential, and unfortunately, because of the nature of how it was produced, it had issue. If you want more information about this subject, I heartily suggest you check out H-Bomber Guy's video where he breaks down what happened with Ruby, and it is a fantastic watch. It is a fantastic watch. Only one error. He wasn't watching Dragon Ball Z. Watching Dragon Ball Z. And someone, I think, oh god, what was it? I think it was H-Bomber Guy who pointed out when the Fine brothers, they got the opportunity to make their own film, finally. Novastarv. Wow! Novastarv, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. In fact, I'm not talking to Fine Bros, I'm thanking you. Novastarv, thank you so much for gifting those 10 subs to the community. God bless. God bless. Thank you so much. One second here, where was I? Mr. Swordsman, happy birthday, dude. Did the manga or the media fix the first arcs? I forget what they had to do. Yo, is that the gamer? I'm not the gamer. I'm not the gamer. I am a gamer. Everybody, we are joined by none other than Zoran the Bear, everybody. Shout out to Zoran the Bear in the chat, everybody. Let's give it up for our bundle of fuzzy love, Zoran the Bear. And something I will say is, you gotta remember, they wrote that shit. Okay, they wrote all those really cringy plots about their OCs, and no one told them not to, and no one stopped them, and they still animated it all, and they still released it all, meaning that Monty must have been handcuffed in a lot. Again, watch H-Bomber Guy's video. Just watch his video. I think it goes into more detail about more of the inner workings of Rooster Teeth, more than I fully understand. I just knew him a bit more personally. But again, I'm not going to claim that I was like a close best friend or anything like that. I think that when people do that shit, it's really gross. Hi, Zoran. Hope you had a good day. And Setsu Neon 17 gifting us up to Zoran the Bear. Awesome. We lost our lead writer when I was working in a TTRPG business, and we were the heart of our creative course. And what broke our entire project was continuing along the design of the main writer, or scrap it all and write something new. Well, they never wrote his actual plan. They never wrote his actual plan. They never actually wrote what he wanted to get done. That's why the first season was such a hot mess. Because they focused on writing plots about their really badly written OCs instead of the actual plot it was leading to. They fucking tripped out the gate. And they got paid. Oof. I'm critical of this because this is comedy writing. Okay? This is comedy writing, and I wrote comedy for 14 plus years. So I don't know, I feel like I'm crotchety about this one subject. I'm allowed to be about this one. You might have shows they have no pacing for the plot. They literally didn't focus on the plot, focus on themselves! Because they got to be animated anime characters. Who would do that? Ah, dang it. Good stuff. So, you have taken a puff with your smoke in your mouth? I get the temptation, guys, but come on. I know, that's how bad of a fuck up it was. And you know what? There's a good chance that the writers of the writers who worked on that, completely agree with what a mistake that was. I haven't watched any interviews with those guys because I don't care for their shit, really. No offense to those guys. I got other things to work on. And honestly, my only friend in that company was Monty. So when he passed away, I had no one to talk to. Monty was the only point of contact I had. Dude's a great dude. Great dude. Oh, that's a triple score. Hey. Desmond Miles, 23. Thank you so much for being here, dude. Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, I've been watching Doom Patrol, everybody, and so far so good. I only have one issue with season 1. And this is not a knock against the actor at all. I cannot give a fuck about Cyborg. You couldn't pay me to give less of a fuck about Cyborg in that show. I can't care. Like, I find every other character but Cyborg, who I know they added to that show to help with its marketing, I could care less about him. Like, legitimately, I'm like, I don't give a shit, dude. I just don't care. I don't care about your plot. I just get to the other stuff, please. Which is indicative of how good the writing is for the other characters. Like, that was... yeah. Cyborg was the weakest part of Doom Patrol Season 1. Yes, he is. It's very obvious. And it's very unfortunate to the actor because I think he's only able to flex as much as they're letting him. But what's wild to me is all the other characters are incredible. But he's just the most poorly written, and I'm, like, blown away because he's the most iconic out of all of them. I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's perplexing me. It's a bit, perplexing. Perplexing. It's perplexing. They fired, oh, the actor who played, was the actor who played Cyborg dropped? Yeah, no, his props look cheap, and that was the problem. Like, Cyborg shouldn't have been on that show. He wasn't a good fit for that show. I know why they put him in there. I know why they put him in there, because they kind of wanted to test the waters and introduce him before they introduced Titans. It was like a soft launch for his character, and also adding a more iconic character to a relatively unknown property was a smart way of doing it, and they felt Cyborg was the most relatable enough of it. But unfortunately, the writing for Cyborg just was... It was just poopy. It wasn't good. It wasn't good writing. It was... No. That's my review. Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. Hi, I have appeared. What's been played? Dwarf Romantic. Dwarf Romantic. Brendan Fraser's pretty amazing, though sometimes he gives a bad performance, and sometimes he gives one of the best performances I've ever seen. It's so all over the place. Have you gotten into Inscription? No, that game infuriated me far too much and brought out brought out my worst side when I was trying to play it. I recognize that game is really it's a very neat concept they're going for, but a lack of explanation at the beginning is infuriating. For me. But people who really enjoy the game, guys, enjoy it. Play it. Oh, Jesus, all these train tracks. You train tracks, you. Fuck. What's the goal of this game? Build more, build faster, build for good. Break it, do it better. Work it, break it harder, do it faster, do it harder. Work it, break it, do it better, stronger, faster, stronger. Build as God does. All those train tracks are railroading you so hard. Poor storytelling. Isn't the worst when the game just doesn't. It's like, no, I will not work with you. I do not work with rank amateurs. I work only with the best of them. I'm just going to start that one over again. Now, let's build this train track right here. Yes. Why? I feel that's a threshold, guys, where a show's approachability, like, the more approachable a show can be, the more and more people who just all they do is analyze media, the more and more they start to hate it because they can, like, because I saw some takes today where they were shitting on James Gunn Peacemaker, like, this is one of the worst shows where all all it is just awkward silence after jokes that aren't even funny. And I'm like, this is a guy who's reviewing media. I'm like, are you talking like you know everything? The fuck is wrong with you? First of all, I only did one thing. I responded, you think, and with a parenthesis, with a little asterisk. Sorry, you made a slight fuck up there. You spoke like you speak for everybody. Don't do stupid shit like that. Dude's probably a really good reviewer too, and I probably just kicked a hornet's nest, and I'm gonna like wake up to have been canceled for some fucking reason here pretty soon. I'm loving Peacemaker. It's just, it's now that James Gunn's more eclectic kind of filmmaking style and his own way is like found success in a television show, finding a whole new audience because he's managed to find a way to bridge the gap with writing, like really stuff that's pretty like socially conscious, but also, you know, takes down everything. The fact that he's able to ride that line enough that casual audiences can enjoy the conversations means that hardcore critics are going to hate it because they only like shows when morons don't understand it. So they feel smarter. And they're free to prove me wrong, of course. Same mentality is, I don't like piece of media, therefore it is bad. Even if lots of people like piece of media, therefore it is bad. Is it though? Or do you just not like it because you don't like that writing style? This is why I don't write giant takedowns of Steven Universe. Because I'm like, you know, for a show for being as consciously and socially aware as it is, it's pretty wild that essentially the plot was forgiving genocidal maniacs and having them never pay for their mistakes. It's wild, but then again, I mean, you never know what's going to show up on television. I couldn't get over that when I found out. I roughly know the plot when it was found out. Like, yeah, they kind of forgave the people who killed all the people. I'm like, what? You like forgave them? Yeah. How many people did they kill? Billions. I think more than an apology is needed in those scenarios. Conversely, enjoying a show does not make it good. Case in point, I'm a RWBY fan. Yeah, you can like RWBY all you want. I don't care for RWBY for a lot of the reasons you just heard listed. Much more personal reason for me. From both a personal reason and also a professional writing standpoint, I have issues with it. That being said, I still watched the first 3 seasons because those were the seasons that actually featured Monty Ohm's writing. Were the first 3 seasons, to my knowledge. I believe Bomber Guy talks about that in his video as well. How they had writing notes for some of the plots, and that's why the 3rd season was so good, because that was what was last of Monty Ohm's writing notes, essentially, that they ignored in the 1st season. But that's fine. That's fine. I already bitched about that enough. Steven having a psychological break because of everything he's dealing with is very reasonable, but forgiving like people who like murdered entire planets is, I mean, on a scale level. I get that, I always talk about how you have to forgive people that are trying to do better, but my God, murder. Come on, God, murder. You gotta I'm sorry, that's organized murder. That's genocide. You are wiping out, and they don't have a say in the matter. That's different, dude. That's different than. Jesus. It's why when I saw that happened in the plot, and I don't know the full context of it, because again, I don't watch Steven Universe because it is not for me. Which is why I don't make giant videos about it and why it's bad. Because if it's not for me, I'm just not going to fucking watch it. And let people who enjoy it watch it. Add Steven SKW, thank you so much here. It's just weird that was the end-all be-all, Based on what the premise was, I'm like, I understand wanting having a more wholesome message. But, I don't know if forgiving genocide is a good thing. I mean, it'd be one thing, forgiving soldiers who took part in a genocide. There's a story to be told there, but the guys who organized everything? Oh, fuck those dudes, Fuck them fellas. Fuck them ladies. And that's why not all media is for everybody. So when I'm talking about the High Guardian Spice, because there was I forget who did a video on it. I forget their name. I agree with you on Steven Universe. I kind of felt like the folks forgave Hitler because he was emotionally distraught at the time. Yeah, that's no excuse for killing people. Emotionally distraught, you can be excused for a lot of shit for being emotionally distraught. I draw the line at murder. I draw the line at killing someone and taking them out of the world. That's kind of a bad thing to do. But what about Hitler's home life? I don't care. That's why, oh God, what was it? The Man in High Castle. I stopped watching that show eventually because I was like, it isn't that good. It's one of the first Amazon originals, and I was like, yeah, it was here or there. But the fact that, Hitler, they have to put Hitler out at his chateau, and literally all the leaders of Germany are trying to keep him away from Germany because he's literally trying to fix everything he did in that plot. He feels so fucked up about everything he fucking did that he's trying to undo it. I was like, what the fuck? Well, then again, how would he react after everything? It's hard to really gauge because he killed himself, so we don't really know. Wild. It's a bit of dark humor. It's ironic, if anything. It's called Man in High Castle. It's an alternative history after World War II. I ain't fucking saying it was right or what they did. It's just the writers did it that way, that he's all remorseful. And I'm like, well, that doesn't change how fucked up he was, but that's kind of fucking funny that they're doing that for him. It's a different direction. Otherwise, he's just an asshole. And they have enough of those on the show already. It's about Nazis and American Nazis, because in that show, essentially the American dream gets co-opted by Nazis. And they all have the perfect American life, but they're all wearing Nazi garb and shit. It's a wild fucking show. It really was. And it ran its course. I like Ruby and Steven Universe, but they both have their flaws, and I'm willing to admit that not everyone has the same opinion as me. Dude, this is why I always talk about South Park this way. I will start talking about South Park and have that moment when I'm talking about South Park to go, for everybody who is trans or LGBTQ or anybody who is feel targeted by South Park, I'm aware that they have fucked up in a lot of ways with a lot of communities. And I still like the show. but I can recognize a mistake and a bad call and a bad move when it's made, because I still like the show despite that. You know. Is South Park the greatest show ever made? No, I'd never say anything too fucking anything so fucking arrogant as to assume that I know better than everybody else when it comes to good media. I just like certain medias. You know, I just like certain medias. Not everyone likes some stuff. Guys, I am fucking trash for wrestling, okay? It's one of the worst industries out there. With all the horrible shit that happens in there, I'm still a massive wrestling stan, because I fucking love it. And when you love something, you forgive it all the time. When you love something, you forgive it. You're just like, but I love it, though. I'm trashing wrestling, too. Fuck yeah. Wrestling's fun. No, not everyone thinks. Some people just think it's gay dudes and Speedos because they have absolutely no personality. I'm talking about the people who just say that casually. Wrestling? Isn't that gay thing when guys are just touching each other? Yes, that's exactly what it is. You're so fucking clever. South Park's wrestling episode is so fucking funny because they never make fun of wrestling once. As a matter of fact, rednecks start showing up to the kids having a wrestling show and they have wine glasses. They're sipping wine glasses. You know, Congo's a pretty rough wrestler, but I really gotta give it to the Rad Russian. And they're all just drinking red wine out of wine glasses. It's such a good episode. And at no point yet, the Rad Russian, that's Cartman's character, and he also plays, oh god, I forget her name. But he plays like a trashy 90s era wrestling girl going like, I just get addicted to having abortions. I want to get the rush right now. It's so over the top. It's just making fun of wrestling, you know? Can I just enjoy wrestling men in Speedos performing feats of athleticism? No, you have to get the guys actually doing it, crotch punching each other, and then having stupid opinions about medicine. That's what you should be doing. Only real fans like it that way. There's so much South Park, I don't think I can catch up. You can easily catch up because half the show's skippable. And I say that as a fan of the show. I actually want to create the list of watch and do not watch episodes. Would that even be interesting if I created the list of the Talk as South Park list? Where I created all these different lists for things I feel about the show, and I feel as a watch order, a start point, an end point, an episode skip this one. Maybe I should do that. A tier list? Well, that's the problem. I can't do a tier list because my number one episode has changed recently. So, yeah, it changed away from Osimo. That used to be my favorite South Park episode, but now it's something different. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I think one of the COVID specials is the best thing they ever made. The first COVID special, because it actually made me cry. That's right, guys. South Park made you cry, Taka. Yeah, it did. Hi, I'm new. Oh, we won't hold that against you. No, personal growth and change of opinions. How dare? But no, the first COVID special made me cry because of just like Stan just has a breakdown. He just starts crying because he's showing concern for Butter the whole time because Butter seems stressed out by everything going on because he just wants to go to Build-A-Bear. So Stan's gonna get Butters to Build-A-Bear because he wants to feel like he's accomplished something. But nothing's working out with the plan, and they need help setting up the Build-A-Bear, and nothing's working. But Butters is like, dude, it's okay. I don't need the Build-A-Bear, dude. I just love hanging out. And then Stan literally has a panic attack. And it is not played for laughs. It is played straight up. He just cries, I want things to go back to normal. God, I just want things to go back to normal. And he has a cry, and the whole episode dead ass stops as he has a very real reaction to the pandemic. And everyone was like, why is the writing so much more nuanced like this? And everyone's like, dude, Trey Parker, the guy who writes South Park, he has a kid. You think they haven't been dealing with this too? We're all in this. Even these guys. And then they actually, at the end of the episode, have their first ever political stance they've taken in an episode. Like an actual, we're backing this guy. Like, Dude, they legitimately had at the end of the episode where everyone's like, it's a positive thing. Everyone's talking about, you know what? Maybe there's a chance we can get out of this and we can be better to each other. Maybe we can turn this whole pandemic around. And then all of a sudden the guy lights on fire with like the cure in his hands with a flamethrower. And it's Mr. Garrison, who's Trump now. And he just looks at the camera. Big election coming up, everybody. Don't forget to get out there and vote. And he just keeps torching the guy to death. It just played with no music. And I was like, fuck, okay, that's the first political thing they've ever done. Jesus Christ, fucking wild. Because you guys, it's so wild you got South Park out here having political stances. That's how wild shit's gotten. South Park out here being the reasonable voice. Guys, they never wanted to be considered the reasonable voice. They don't relish this position. Though the episode Kenny dies straight up made me cry when I first saw it. They took something that happened at every episode and played it for drama, and then the joke at the end was funny as shit to me. I thought the joke was funny at the end, but not everyone agrees with me. That's okay. Fucking wild, hell yeah, guys. Just... Keep building. I'm gonna get this whole forest connected back here. That's right, guys. Thanks for allowing me my body double an ADHD coping mechanism so I can get to do my dishes. Oh, Darkest Fortune, no problem, dude. And also, if you haven't picked up this game yet, guys, I'm not paid to support this game, guys. Pick this game up. It's good as shit. How long? I've been playing this for 3 hours, guys, and I barely even recognized that I've been playing it for 3 fucking hours. Okay? Like, it's like, literally, I can't stop playing this game. It's just so fucking relaxing. It's very meditative, actually. And the thing is, if you're neurodivergent, like either ADHD, OCD, blah, 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 whatever your stat block is, we are always seeking stuff to be distracted to play while we can watch something, so we can just lock off 2 halves of our brain. You know, the active brain interacting with something, and the other half of the brain listening or watching something. It's why we listen to audiobooks when we drive long drives. It's why we need to have the right show playing on our phone when we're doing basic chores. This game is hitting a certain level of serotonin. You know, it's just got to hit a certain level. Ooh. Boop. There we go. I agree. This is a really good game to just vibe and relax. The soundtrack is good. The gameplay is simple and yet allows for a lot of strategy if you need that too. It's fantastic. There's no wrong way of playing this. That's why I play FF14 and listen to Taka. Ah, shit. I heard everyone stopped talking about that because that's how bad their servers were. That's how bad their servers were, everybody. That's how bad. Yeah. 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 Oh, you bitch. Okay, I can... Shit. Bitch! Deadass, thank you so much, man. Didius, Taka, you always an inspiration, and I always appreciate your efforts to entertain us all. Keep up the amazing work, and always, I'm happy to catch your streams. Thank you. They had to stop selling the game at one point because when people were trying to play it. Yeah, they stopped letting people make accounts for a while because no one could play, and everyone was just getting mad. That's what happens when you advertise something and they can't do it. No offense to the game companies, but, I mean, like, fuck, guys. You gotta make sure that works before you launch it. I have no sympathy. It's your job. Literally your job. You're trying to sell to people that this is what you can do. And if they can't do it, well, I mean, of course they're gonna fucking leave your goddamn game. Why would they stick around when you haven't done what you promised? The video games industry has burned people way too much. People are just not patient for this crap anymore. Trust me, all the Blizzard fans are already mad enough that all their fucking Overwatch boxes went towards paying for booze for guys to literally drunkenly creep and crawl on girls in the actual studio. People are so fucking infuriated by that. You know when I drop Blizzard? You know when I drop Blizzard, everybody? When they, in a democratic country, when someone held up a sign, which is not against the law, that said, "Free Hong Kong," on behalf of the Chinese government, Blizzard stripped that person of his standing in esports, got rid of his prize pool, and banned him from ever competing again. Because you know what makes me feel good, guys? When a corporation does the bidding of a totalitarian dictatorship. I literally dropped WoW Classic for that reason. And fired the casters, and they fired the casters who didn't say anything either. They fired everyone because if you do anything against that, they will fucking destroy you. They will try to destroy you. And if this was a tournament in China, that'd be one thing. To my knowledge, it was not a tournament in China. To my knowledge, though, I do need to look back to see where that tournament was taking place. Because in truth, I want to know what country that was taking place in. Because if it was in China, then it makes a lot more sense. It wasn't in China. It wasn't in China? Oh, man, that is so gross. Gross. Ah, God. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting behavior. Literally, oh no. Oh no, anything we have power over, we are going to enforce our gaslighting. Did you see what Capcom dropped last night? Yeah, I don't give a shit. No offense, sorry. Not to be negative or against you at all. I just can't, I don't care about Street Fighter. I don't think we should care that much about Street Fighter 6 until Capcom proves they cared about Street Fighter 5. Which was odd that they released a game that wasn't even done yet, and then were shocked that no one wanted to play it. Funny that. People usually like to play games that are done, you know. God forbid. On October 6, 2019, during a Hearthstone Grandmaster streaming event in Taiwan. Oh! It was in Taiwan. Oh, that's even more rich. Okay. It was in Taiwan? Okay. 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 All right. Okay. All right. We know what happened then. All right. All right. Okay. I wonder what happened, guys. Can we crack this code, guys? Do you think we can figure out what happened? Fuck. Oh, Jesus. So I dropped Blizzard that night. I was like, I can't support your products anymore. I uninstalled WoW Classic that I was having fun playing because I'm like, if this is what they're gonna do with the money and the support that I've given them, despite how fucking shitty their business practices have been, and if at the minimum they're not gonna defend democracy, why the fuck should they expect a goddamn penny from me? Wasn't Blizzard always shitty? Yeah, but dude, acting on behalf of a fascist dictatorship is like next level being a bad game dev. You know, it's like, they're always kind of terrible. Yeah, but they weren't like that evil. You know, they weren't doing that kind of shit yet. That is advanced shittiness. That is like, why do you think they carted out John Cena to apologize to China for saying Taiwan was a country? Because if they didn't have him apologize, they were not going to let the Fast and the Furious movie air in China. So eventually you gotta kind of go, okay, am I gonna Am I gonna support this? Am I gonna support this kind of behavior? Am I just gonna put up with it because I like the IP, or am I gonna go, no, I'm done. I'll find something else to like. No, it's just. I think everyone hits that threshold eventually. I'm not saying you're bad for not hitting it yet. Everyone is different. You know, everyone is fucking different, especially on this shit. Hey, Cabal, you have yourself a good night. Oh, yep, I had my fun time to move on. Oh, I thought you were heading out for the evening. But no, this one really, it's like it was too far beyond. It's like, no, I can't ignore that one. Because, like, it's a country. Camera, what? How, what? Oh, someone got the buzz. I'm taking out that beard. Oh, shit. It's my beard. Kim, what's going on? Hi, for the 11-month resub. What? I'm sorry. Should I be sorry? What am I sorry for? Oh, occasionally. I don't care for people as a whole. It sucks. You gotta live with them. Almost a year. This is nutty. I know, right? This is actually being both a short and a long year simultaneously. Interesting like that. Where are we going with this? One over here. Yeah, it really has. Been a wild-ass year, to say the least. Told to be simply for the mistress. Hey! Maybe a little bit. Alrighty, guys. It's actually almost 5 o'clock here. So what I'm thinking is I might wrap up here and raid into somebody. Kim, are you streaming right now? Well, you're not streaming right now, but are you gonna be streaming? Or like, what's up? Oh, is Mango on? Mango VTuber? Okay, type out the full name, Mango VTuber, right? No spaces? Oh, Mango's 1 year. Oh, excellent. We'll definitely raid into Mango here. Guys, we're going to raid into Mango VTuber, my favorite bird tuber. I know you've seen anime girls, Demon Kings, Demon Kings, Demon Kings, Demon Kings, Demon Kings, and cat girls. But this one's a bit different, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this one's for the birds, everybody. One of the nicest sweethearts out there. You forgot Demon Kings. That's right. I completely forgot about all those Demon Kings. I keep forgetting about all the Demon Kings. There are so many Demon Kings. So many Demon Kings. So many. Anyways, so we're going to raid Mango VTuber. It is her 1 year anniversary, everybody. It's all about the queens anyways. But what about Demon Kings? It's too many. Can't be that many kings. Alrighty. /raid Mango VTuber. Everybody, thank you so much for coming here. I hope you had a good day. Hope you guys like this. If you don't like me after this stream, fuck it. At least I was honest. Until next time, everybody, I will see you around. I'm going to go let my PUPPYOUTSIDE, and then I'm going to go hang out with Kimrai. Smoking gives you cancer. Yeah, so does reading 4chan. Bye!